home of the Philadelphia Eagles.
They've got him again!
Sixers.
Bang! It's good! Ball game!
And Flyers.
Tipped in front of the net!
97.3 ESPN. WENJ. WENJ HD. Millville, Atlantic City. A Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to 97.3 ESPN's live coverage of the Dutch-Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard races, the 2026 edition. And I'm up here in the tower. As you can hear, it's pretty windy up here, but we're high above the beach in Wildwood. And I'm joined with former chief of the Longport Beach Patrol, Dan Adams, former lieutenant of the Ocean City Beach Patrol, Jack Brooks. And guys, welcome back for another exciting race here at the Jersey Shore, Dan.
Billy, we're back, and what a great night. We have a nice swell out here, and I'll tell you, looking at the races so far this season, this could go any which direction, and we've seen that change. And as much as there's controversy on these boats,
we're going to get into that.
The boats are definitely a factor, and it's shown that clearly. The lighter the boat, the crews seem to do better, and it's been effective. There's no doubt about it.
And Jack, we will get into the new rules and regulations governing the size and weight of the boats. But there's a lot of new participants this year, a lot of new winners, if you will.
Absolutely, and we love to see that change. And you never know what the winner's going to bring, but winner is going to be maybe different this year than who's the normal favorite.
And isn't that refreshing, Jack? Because I mean, think about this. It's like professional sports in a way where you can only do it for so long, and then there's a new breed of competitors coming up.
But they may still have the same last name. There's a generational pull to when we come to some of these races as well. Always exciting that this is the first race of the season we're covering live.
So it's the first of the big three, Dan. And it's funny too, Jack, because like in the beginning of the summer, and once we get to this race, the summer just starts to fly by. But that being said, you have the Cape May counties, you have the Longports, you have the Beston Callahans, you have the Cape May County, the Mike McGrath Memorials, and this is the first time that all beach patrols get together.
That's correct, and and what an event tonight, because you got the doubles, you got the singles, you got the swim, but you have it for male and female. You got the paddleboard, male and female. You got the 2-mile run, male and female. So we're going to have event after event. But I got to tell you, hats off to Wildwood last year. They ran an awesome race.
Yep.
They made everything effective, and everything went on time, and it was smooth transition, race to race, and it was a great night.
And we want to thank Chief Stocks, Ed Snyder.
The access that we get is incredible.
I mean, they roll out the red carpet for us. And as we look out to the ocean, we see swimmers in the water, Jack. We see rowers preparing for the big race. It's a beautiful day for racing, and we anticipate a big crowd.
Well, it's a circus, and instead of 3 rings, you got about 8 rings tonight to watch, and it'll be really interesting. There's a great crowd on the beach. Beautiful evening here in Wildwood, and if you haven't made it yet, you still got time.
Now, Dan, you alluded to the fact that there's male and females, but after tonight's race, it's the males that'll dominate. But Jack and Dan, I want to say, the paddleboard, whether we like it or not, whether the Chiefs like it or not at their annual meetings, Dan, the paddleboard is being used by all the beach patrols from Brigantine down to Cape May Point.
They are, and but me, and we'll discuss this till we're blue in the face. I'm a traditionalist. What was it? The 84th annual South Jersey Championships last year. I think this is the 85th coming up. I mean, Avalon here. We got Erich Wolf in the booth with us here now, hosting again this year.
That's Dr. Erich Booth, by the way.
Dr. Erich Booth or Wolf.
I say Booth or Wolf.
So, I have to say this, though. When we talk about that, yes, it is a strong component. It's a piece of equipment. We talked about this before. It's a tool in the toolbox, and everybody uses different tools in different situations. So it's there as a tool. But when you look at the big three and tradition, I'm all about tradition and keeping things the same.
And the race goes fast. And let's welcome into the booth Dr. Erich Wolf. And Erich, before we get started, I want to say hi to you. But you've been doing a really magnificent job covering the races for the Locker Room on 97.3 ESPN with your interviews. But you've been a part of this race. You know what it's like winning races, preparing, winning. competing?
Well, this is a great night to race out there. We have beautiful conditions. And like you said, Billy, this is the first time that all 15 beach patrols are together. It's the first look at everyone's best competitors, and I'm very excited to see what we see out there tonight.
And, Jack, let's talk about Logan Manning from Upper Township. Listen, this kid's won 3 races in a row.
It could be
There's
5
a new
today.
name. It could be 5 today.
It's unheard of. I mean, you have dominant people like that every now and then that come along. Wish him all the best, but a lot of people are going to be chasing him. They've seen what he can do in 4 races. We'll see how the 5th shapes up.
Hey, Eric, let me ask you this question.
Yes.
Would you rather be the hunted or the hunter in a race like this?
Well, it just depends. Tonight, anybody can win. You got a calm ocean out there. You just have to have a good start. But, I've always believed in having that psychological advantage. And if you break through that surf quickly, especially in the rowing races, you give yourself a great chance.
And Dan, he did mention the fact that it is a calm sea today. For the most, there is some swell coming in. And listen, these guys got to keep the boat. Eric, Dan, these guys got to keep the boat straight.
Eric, I want to interject here and get your take on this because, you look, Bob Bechtel and Hayden Smallwood win the from Margate, win the Atlantic City Classic last week. They rode for the first time the new boat. What's your take on the new boats and the factor and where they're at as far as these races, and how do you think it plays into the overall chances for these competitors with the newer boats?
Well, I'll put it to you this way. If I were rowing tonight, I would want one of those newer boats. Those boats ride really smooth out there in the ocean. Not that the older boats aren't up to snuff, but especially in an ocean like tonight where you're really going to be able to get some very good run on that boat, I would definitely want to be in one of the newer design boats.
And I actually had a good conversation with Hayden Smallwood because I asked him, I said, Hayden, you only had that boat for 2 days before the Atlantic City Classic. You really didn't get a chance to get to feel it. He goes, Chief, it felt good. He goes, the more time we get in that boat, the better we're going to be, the better we're going to feel. And he's looking really forward to that boat and the future for Margate as far as being a competitor in these races.
Yeah, the design on those move boats are very similar to the older Van Dynes, but they are coming out much lighter. And I don't believe that there's a weigh-in tonight, so certainly I think.
Why is there not a weigh-in?
Well, it's up to each individual race.
Is that right?
The only race, Billy, that is required to have a weigh-in would be the South Jersey on August 14th, and that's set by the South Jersey Chiefs rules. But tonight, it's Wildwood's race, and they set the rules, and I don't believe there's a weigh-in tonight, so I would certainly want to be in one of those later.
And Jack, we interviewed Mike McGrath and Sean Duffy last week, and they were talking about how they're not really high on the fact that these boats are a little lighter. They put weight in the boat.
I visited Van Dyne this week, and I was out at the shop, and Chris Den is the guy that is now there. Yeah, I do a lot of I actually do the deep background here, guys. I went out there. I looked at the boats. I know the old boats. I go back to having restored a wooden one. It's generationally, they're just a little bit different, and I think that's it. You use new materials today. There's carbon fibers. There's lots of lighter materials, but a light boat does not necessarily ride in certain wave conditions. And I think that's what Dan was pointing out.
And then Mike McGrath and Sean Duffy, they added, 18 and they said pounds. It's a racing boat. It's not a lifeguard boat. No. And Bob Bechtel and Hayden Smallwood, they echoed the same thing.
Bob says it's not a Formula One race.
That's what he said.
But I got to tell you, I heard tonight through the grapevine that there's a boat out here tonight that weighed in at 264 pounds. The rowers weigh more than the boat does. So think about that. I'm not going to say anything what boat it is until we see the finals of the doubles, the finish in the doubles, and then I'll tell you what boat it is. Yeah. But 264 pounds, that's a light boat.
So, Jack, I remember a few years ago, I don't know what race it was. I know you do because I was covered it live. You were actually in the race, and you got destroyed in the warm-ups. Yeah. I mean, you got hit by a huge wave. Your boat was flooded. And you had to come back in.
No, I think it was here, Billy.
I think it was here. Was it here?
Okay. In Wildwood a few years ago. But as Jack alluded to, tonight, I think these new boats are going to be great out there at calm ocean. But, Billy, as we get into August and we get an August ocean out there, you get some turbulence. I would not want to be rocking and rolling with
I would not take
boat out there.
I would not take a Ferrari on a four-wheeler vacation in the woods. You know what I mean? Like some of those surf nights are big, and I've been out there. And
that's when you want to have your boat, right?
When you're climbing up a mighty wave, you want something solid to come on the way down.
And I said that all along, and I talked to Mike McGrath and Sean Duffy about it. I talked to Bob Bechtel and Hayden Smallwood about it. I think on a big surf, if one of these boats come down and broaches, you might see it in pieces.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you might see
Well,
it
and then
in
listen,
pieces.
Jack and Eric, I don't have to tell you, but that's the difference between winning and losing in these close races when you have such great competition. If you go sideways on a wave and somebody keeps it straight, digs that oar in, Jack, it's a win.
You know, Billy, guys like you and I and Dan that are carrying a little extra weight, the easiest way to get the boat lighter is to lose some weight on the crew that's rowing it. You know,
That's a good segue in because that's a good point. And Mike McGrath brought this up when you talk about that. You know, they changed the weight of the boats this year for the South Jerseys. They changed it to 300 pounds. I didn't agree with it, but again, I don't have any say. I've been 9 seasons out of not being involved with running a beach patrol, but that has a lot to do with it. Now, here's the problem I have with it when you say that. Every beach doesn't have one of these new boats.
No.
It's a cost factor. These boats are now over $16,000 a piece.
absolutely.
So there's no salary cap in beach patrol racing.
Yeah. Well, it becomes NASCAR.
Some beaches have multiple of these.
Oh,
boats.
Right. NASCAR is the same way. Like getting the guy that's poor into the NASCAR racing business is very difficult.
So let me ask you, Eric, what do you prefer?
Well, again, it just depends. Tonight, being in one of these brand new lifeboats is going to be a significant advantage.
Okay.
But again, we'll see what Margate brings next week, and Avalon with the South Jersey the following week. You get a rough ocean, you will want some extra weight in that boat.
All right, you're listening to 97.3 ESPN's live coverage of the 2026 Dutch-Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard Races, brought to you by Blitz's Market of Ocean City, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, gourmet burgers, and vegetarian options. Call 609-399-9983 or go online at blitzesmarkets.com. McCann Realtors of Sea Isle City, 4111 Landis Avenue in Sea Isle, with knowledge, experience, and integrity and dedication since 1939. For sales and rental or investments, call 609-263-7422 or go online at McCannRealtors.com. And by world famous Manco and Manco Pizza, the first and last name in pizza since 1956, with 3 locations: Ocean City, Summers Point, and Citizens Bank Park. Go online to mancospizza.com. That's Manco and Manco. And by Shriver's, the oldest and best candy store on the boardwalk in Ocean City, founded in 1898. Get somebody a gift from Shriver's. They ship anywhere in the USA. Go to Shrivers.com today. All right, when we return, we'll have more pre-race commentary. You're listening to the Locker Room's live broadcast, 97.3 ESPN's live broadcast of the 2026 Dutch-Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard Races.
Picture time.
Saturday morning in the locker room with Billy Schweim, producer Nick Earnshaw, and Aaron Ewing join me in the studio. Newly crowned Miss New Jersey from Egg Harbor Township, Kylie Wright, will visit us as we give away 4 tickets plus a parking pass to the Phillies-Toronto game on August 9th, courtesy of Pensacola Spine and Rehab. Hour 2 is our Beach Patrol report with Jack Brooks, brought to you by McCann Realtors of Sea Isle City and the OCBP Lifeguard Alumni Association. We will recap Friday night's Dutch-Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard Races. It's the locker room with Billy Schweim, Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to noon on 97.3 ESPN.
In celebration of America's 250th, we the people of Matt Blatt Kia in Egg Harbor Township make this declaration. All trade-ins will be treated equal. Everyone gets up to $3,000 over KBB fair market value for your old car. Sail away in a 26 Matt Blatt Kia K4 LXS for $129 per month. 26 Matt Blatt Kia Sportage LX, just $139 per month. Revolutionary 27 Matt Blatt Kia Telluride LX, just $259 per month. Qualified buyers enjoy freedom from payments for 90 days. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. At Matt Blatt Kia, all car buyers have the right to buy a car. Matt Blatt Kia wants to get you approved today.
Matt Blatt Kia, 6211 Black Horse Pike, Egg Harbor Township. At mattblattkia.com.
Need a new car and have no idea? It's got to be a Matt Blatt Kia.
24-month leases, $59.99 due at signing. Call 888-506-4132 for details. Interest occurs from date of purchase on select models. Offers don't combine. Expires month end.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/beat. That's ethos.com/beat. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Get ready for an unforgettable summer at Ocean Casino Resort. Watch as we light up the sky with patriotic drone shows every Friday in July in celebration of America's 250th birthday. Visit theoceanac.com for more details.
Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
From the Towns Square, New Jersey Info and Weather Network, I'm Chief Meteorologist Dan Zarrow. Bottom line for the weekend, August kicks off with seasonable summertime warmth and rising humidity. Sunday's looking much better than it has been, with rain now expected to hold off until late night. Partly cloudy skies tonight, low at 69 degrees. Clouds will increase tomorrow. I can't rule out a stray shower at some point. It'll be warm and sticky, high of 86. Mostly cloudy, breezy, humid Sunday, rain at night, high 85. Get weather 24/7 wherever you are. Download our free mobile app today.
Hanging out at the Piccadilly, nowhere tomorrow, everyone's happy. Beers keep coming, tails piled high with friends and family, spirits to the sky.
All right, welcome back to 97.3 ESPN's live coverage of the 2026 Dutch-Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard Races, live from the beach in Wildwood. I'm here with Dan Adams, former chief of the Longport Beach Patrol. He's won a couple races, a couple of big races. We got the former lieutenant of the Ocean City Beach Patrol, Jack Brooks, Lieutenant Erich Wolf from the Avalon Beach Patrol, and joining us right now, captain of the Wildwood Beach Patrol. He's a great guy, Ed Schneider. How you doing, Ed?
I'm doing great, Bill. How you doing tonight?
I love your shirts, man. I love those shirts. I got me one, and I'm going to wear it proudly. I like it.
It's a 250th anniversary of the USA Wildwood Beach Patrol in red, white, and blue.
I love it.
Let the people at home vision that.
Yes.
I think they're available for sale.
They're available for sale here at the race, or you can look us up online on Facebook. You can Venmo, or you can come into our headquarters and buy them on the beach.
Ed, you guys, we got stands here this year. That's how crowded these races have become. And you know what? It seems like to me that we've been covering these races for some time, getting bigger and bigger.
Well, this is Wildwood. We try to put on a great show in Wildwood. We brought in some good weather. We have TV coverage, live streaming. We have ESPN radio. We have Maury Spear and the Pig Dog behind us. We have DJ Jimmy Lamb and his organization running our audio. We try to make it an event to come to every summer.
I got to tell you, covering these races, the excitement's always there, but we're getting new competitors that are winning these races, not the old guard. It's the new guards coming in, Ed.
Well, I will tell you that the Wildwood team this year are rowers. They're all under 5 years. Our swimmers are runners. They're all new, young people. It's the changing of the guard. Even when I was up.
You've seen a lot of that, haven't you, Ed?
Over 38 years, I've seen the guard change a few times, and they've knocked us old guys out.
Well, I got to tell you, it's a beautiful night for racing. You guys have rolled the red carpet out for us. We appreciate it. And we're going to bring the chief of the Wildwood Beach Patrol, Steve Stocks, here in a second. But, Dan, this is such a great race.
Yeah.
There's hardly any ocean to really deal with today.
Nah, there's a little swell, and I think it's going to be a factor for the rowing and also for the paddleboard. But, Ed, I actually gave you guys a super compliment earlier. We talked about last year's race, having so many events with men and women competing, and how smooth in the transition each race went. Hats off to Wildwood. You guys ran a great race. I don't know who your race director is, but he does a damn good job, and he should really be appreciated for making it happen and making it go off. And I know it takes a tribe. It takes everyone to put it all together and make it happen. But you had, I mean, how many events are there tonight?
There's 8 events, and what we said to the guards this morning was the complexity of putting it all on. This is a very complex event. Aside from the athletes worrying about being athletes, just everything, getting everyone onto the beach, getting all the coverage. And, you know, hats off to Lieutenant Cancellieri, who's been a part of conducting the Dutch-Hoffmans for 30 years.
Wow.
And he makes it really look simple. He makes complex simple.
Well, we've talked, Jack Brooks, and what we've talked about with this race in particular is you're showcasing men, you're showcasing women. It's the same evening. You've got grandstands, you've got everything. I mean, you really have elevated this event from the days that I rode in it, which is kind of like 3 events, and going on to today. I really appreciate it, and I know how hard it is to work with the city. You guys are tight with the city. You're tight with the community. You're tight with the tourists. Fantastic job.
And I'd like to give a shout out as well. First off to you, I guess you're a couple changes of the guard before me.
A few.
But I'd really like to give a shout out to the state of New Jersey for finally recognizing the over 3,000 lifeguards who monitor 123 miles of coastline, giving them the recognition as first responders. Everything they do here showcases the skills that are involved in rescuing people and saving people from the dangers of the ocean and the beach.
Well, Ed, we appreciate it, and we're gonna, if you can turn it over to the chief that runs the whole show, Chief Stocks of the Wildwood Beach Patrol. And I got to tell you, Dan, you put a race on. You know what it entails. You were the chief of the Longport Beach Patrol.
Yeah, the first time running the South Jersey Championships was quite an endeavor, but it went well. And you know what? It's what it's all about, Steve. Again, I said it to Ed. I'm going to say it to you. You guys run an outstanding race here. Your crews that put this all together, to have 8 events and to run them seamlessly like you did last year. We were kind of worried up here last year with 8 events. We didn't know how it was going to play out. But I'll tell you what, hats off to you. Hats off to your beach patrol. They did an outstanding job, and we look for another great race here tonight.
Appreciate you guys being here. It was 2013 was my first year as chief, and I was a little headstrong, and I came into the meeting, and I kind of wanted to change a lot of things in South Jersey lifeguard racing. And it wasn't very well received. And I was a young guy, but I learned a lesson. And my lesson was come to your hometown and make your race what you want it to be and do it that way. And you don't have to bang heads with everybody. And I think it worked out well for us. And I think we've opened some eyes and we've opened some doors. We have the men and women competing at the same time. We have 8 events. And some people don't realize this, but the doubles and singles are open.
Yeah.
So it's not male doubles and singles. They are open events. As a matter of fact, Seattle had to scratch their doubles crew. And I said, hey, there's an opportunity either for your mixed doubles or your women's doubles to get in an open event. And they weren't able to do it. That's fine. Not a problem.
Right.
But they are open rowing events. So it's one night of men and women on the main course in a big show all together, not on separate nights. And that's the way we want to do it. That's all. Everybody can do their own thing. That's what we think makes a great race.
Chief Stocks, I just want to say this before we get to Jack. I want to thank you for rolling out the red carpet. I know I've been a pain in the ass, but you know what? You've taken care of everybody. You even got grandstands in here this year, and I think it's a great addition.
I'm gonna be totally honest. Little frazzled today. We had generator failure.
Yeah. Are we hooked up now, Steve?
And then we had inversion of flag colors, which you guys know, things happen. You try to stay calm, solve problems, move on, and it looks like we're ready for a great race.
Can you join us during the doubles? Can you
Absolutely.
come back up here and join
Sure.
us? We'll have
Absolutely.
more time to talk with you.
Sounds great.
All right.
And my experience has been a good debrief leads to next year as well. And you've always put on a great show. So that, I think you just think on your feet and you move forward.
You have to, man. You have to.
So
Stuff always happens.
We'll talk to you during the doubles.
You got it.
Come back and see us.
You got it.
All right. Thanks, Chief.
Thank
There
you.
is Chief Stocks, and I got to tell you, man. I'll tell you, Dan. You've put this race, like you said before. You put this race on, and it's not easy.
And I didn't even get a chance to tell Steve Stocks.
But we'll have a chance.
No,
we'll have a chance.
but Longport actually added the paddleboard to the Longport Memorials this year. So Longport added the paddleboard to the Memorial. So, I know Steve's behind me, putting his arms up and clenching a fist of winning. But I want to go back to 2 things. One is you made a comment, and I got to disagree with you a little bit. You made a comment earlier about it's the men from here on, but that's not true because there's a good chance Atlantic City's going to have a female swimmer. There's a good chance.
Okay.
She won.
Well, you heard Steve. It's open. So
she said, but I'm saying in the Longport Memorials, Addie Elko, which she is a descendant of Samantha Shabatar, who used to compete and get top 3 in the big 3 races.
We'll have time to disagree with that. Well, all right, you're listening to 97.3 ESPN's live coverage of the 2026 Dutch-Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard races, live from the beach in Wildwood. And when we return, we'll have we'll set up the lanes, the racers, and we'll have the start of the race. You're listening to 97.3 ESPN's live coverage. We'll be back right after this. Saturday morning in the locker with Billy Schweim, producer Nick Earnshaw and Aaron Ewing join me in the studio. Newly crowned Miss New Jersey from Egg Harbor Township, Kylie Wright will visit us as we give away 4 tickets plus a parking pass to the Phillies-Toronto game on August 9th, courtesy of Pensacola Spine and Rehab. Hour 2, it's our Beach Patrol report with Jack Brooks, brought to you by McCann Realtors of Seattle City and the OCBP Lifeguard Alumni Association. We will recap Friday night's Dutch-Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard races. It's the locker with Billy Schweim, Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to noon on 97.3 ESPN.
In celebration of America's 250th, we the people of Matt Blatt Kia in Egg Harbor Township make this declaration. All trade-ins will be treated equal. Everyone gets up to $3,000 over KBB fair market value for your old car. Sail away in a 26 Matt Blatt Kia K4 LXS for $129 per month. 26 Matt Blatt Kia Sportage LX, just $139 per month. Revolutionary 27 Matt Blatt Kia Telluride LX, just $259 per month. Qualified buyers enjoy freedom from payments for 90 days. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. At Matt Blatt Kia, all car buyers have the right to buy a car. Matt Blatt Kia wants to get you approved today.
Matt Blatt Kia, 6211 Black Horse Pike, Egg Harbor Township, at mattblattkia.com.
Need a new car and have no idea? It's got to be a Matt Blatt Kia.
24-month leases, $59.99 due at signing. Call 888-506-4132 for details. Interest occurs from date of purchase on select models. Offers don't combine. Expires month end.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700, plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Really smart. Unfortunately, I didn't check if I left the pizza box on top of my car before driving home. Not smart. Oh, and a semi just turned my deep dish into a thin crust.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey guys, it's Mike Gill for Clark's Moving and Storage down in Rio Grande. Let me tell you, we did a huge move not too long ago, and honestly, Clark's did a fantastic job. I mean, really fantastic. They moved all my stuff from my Ventnor place on the shore out to the mainland in EHT. Clark's Moving and Storage, they took care of it all from start to finish. Trust their moving company with the finest in storage and moving services. They're one of the largest companies in the area, and you can trust them. Believe me, they got it all done, moved everything, not a scratch, not a dent, not anything. On time, professional. They really did it all. I felt very comfortable and very confident in their team at Clark's Moving and Storage every step of the way. So do what I did and use Clark's Moving for your big move. Call them today, 609-889-0780, or visit them at clarksmoving.net. Clark's Moving is an authorized agent for Wheaton Worldwide Moving, so they can move you across the country or even around the world.
Hanging out at the Piccadilly. Spirits to the sky.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Dutch-Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard Races, live from the beach in Wildwood. 97.3 ESPN's live coverage brought to you by Blitz's Market of Ocean City, McCann Realtors of Seattle City, Manco and Manco Pizza, and Shrivers on the boardwalk in Ocean City. Jack Brooks, Dan Adams, Erich Wolf here in doubles crews are getting ready to kick off here the 2026 edition. We got rowing in for Atlantic City. Doubles is Nick Radira, and where'd my paper go? Nick Radira, do we have the program? You guys have the program? We have. I guess we found out who's not rowing in this race. Margate?
No, Margate's here.
Margate's
Yeah.
here.
They're
All right,
actually getting ready to line
the
up,
doubles
Billy.
crew is getting ready to go.
So it looks like we got lane 1, Cape May Point. Looks like lane 2, Ocean City. Lane 3, Margate. Lane 4, Ventnor City. Lane 5, Stone Harbor. Lane 6, Wildwood. I'm not sure who lane 7 is. The boat's not labeled. Lane 8 is North Wildwood. Lane 9, I think, is Sea Isle, but they're not rowing. Lane 10 is Avalon. Looks like lane 11 is going to be Upper Township. Lane 12, Brigantine. Lane 13, Cape May. Lane 14, Longport. And on the far side, you got the Crest. So I'm going with Atlantic City's got to be that no-name boat or
maybe
or
it's
something.
A6. All right,
Unless they're right in front of us.
Eric Wolf, what are the rowers going through right now? It's the anticipation.
Well, Billy, this is the worst part of the race when you're just standing there in the surf waiting for that flag to drop, and the guys are ready to go. You want to get through the surf very quickly because you do have some rollers out there. This sandbar's been here on Skellinger Avenue for many years, and you want to get through that as quickly as you can.
How long of a row is the doubles generally?
Tonight, it looks like just eyeballing the course out there, we're looking at about maybe 13, 14 minutes.
Nick Gadira and I said
Vince
Bernice, they've had a really good
They've had a
summer
great
so
season,
far.
but you know, hey, last week
Bechtel and Hayden,
Bob Beckton and Hayden Smallwood
All right.
won,
and
you never can count out that Mike McGrath and Sean Duffy.
can't
man.
count them up.
Come
How
on.
about the swimmer Logan Manning, Jack?
We're going to see him.
Logan Manning is one.
Start flag is up, Bill.
All right, here we go. We're getting ready for the
And there
race.
they go.
There they go.
Here we go. They're off.
So right now we're watching the crews enter the boats, and everybody's in clean. Everybody's getting out. Everybody's going through the first break.
I'll tell you, though, it's definitely a bigger swell here on the north side than toward the south side. There's
Yep.
definitely a bigger swell coming out, and they're going to get hit by a couple waves here going out, but it looks like, hey,
May's gotten out to a great start.
I'll tell you what, you look at that, Eric, look at that Margate boat. It's like a hot knife going through butter right here.
Yep.
Watching them go through that surf with that boat.
They're out of the surf and they're into their count now. They got still have a couple swells to get
I was
over.
going to say they do have a couple swells.
Yep.
Look at that.
They got one coming up. But
And-
I'll tell you what, Avalon on the south end, my guys, Matt O'Connor and Jack Lom, look like they're into a good cadence and they're out clean.
And you got in the middle, you got the no-name boat. That's Atlantic City. That's Nick Adair and Vince Kernice.
Margate
It
looks
looked
like they've
they're
got off
out,
to a
too.
great start.
Yep. Yes, Margate's rowing very smooth. Long stroke now. Now they're out. They're clean out of the surf and they're into their count.
Yeah, I want to just bring out lane 2, Ocean City got pounded by 3 sets of waves that came in, and it really pushed them back.
Yeah.
And they've dropped out almost 5 boat lengths.
Yeah, it's so critical to get out there to a good start. You want to get out there because then you can see your competition. You can see where the field is. You know how to set the pace. You know when to pick it up, and you know when to settle it in.
But, yeah, you look at that, I'm just looking at these boats, the newer boats. They're just gliding through this water like it's smooth. It is the way that they just hit that water and the way that they move, it's perfect.
Yeah, and with these conditions, guys, you're going to see a very tight race all the way out there to the flag. I would be surprised if one boat really pulls out in front of the other ones. You're going to see a close race to the flags. They're going to turn, and then the race is going to be won on the row back in.
Eric, people that don't know anything about rowing, sometimes like when you row, your forearms can blow up.
Yeah, that's called the lack of training.
Is that just
Yeah,
no?
that's-
But so my question is for the layman who doesn't know about that.
Yeah.
If you row often and you prepare, you don't go through that.
Billy, there's only one way that's happening if you're not in proper condition.
Okay.
You've just got to get something that you go through earlier in your conditioning in the summer. That'll eventually go away. But if your forearms are blowing up out there, especially on a night like tonight with a calm ocean, you're not in proper shape.
It's also these guys, many of these crews have been rowing for a very long time together. Not only that, they've also been rowing this season very long. Some boats were in April, May, and rowing at that time. So there's training, and they're young. I mean, most of them are not as old as we are. I row, and I don't get blown up arms, but I row every day. But I also say the tools of the trade, rowing with the right oars, knowing your set, knowing how you're going to do it.
And Dan, we used to wear the gloves, the old farmers' gloves. You wore those. Did you wear gloves?
I would never wear those. Just look, your hands
That's
have
1980, Jack.
Your hands have to callus up a little bit. You have to go through it.
Is that right?
Hey, my hand's calloused up, but I always wear gloves.
Yeah.
I wear gloves and my hands are calloused up, but I wear like good Leatherman glove, and I actually get them wet. Like
Yeah,
I like that chamois feel.
like a golf club.
Like the golf club. No, it's better than that. These are like triple layer.
It's funny,
These
Jack,
are for my big hands.
but I used to wear like almost like a racquetball glove. With the fingers cut off.
Yeah.
I wore a racquetball glove and had the leather, and I same thing, wet them and squeeze them out.
Yep.
And get them
And you
perfect
just
ready
get that
to go.
grip right
Yep.
away. It doesn't hurt your arm.
All right, guys, we have an update on the big board. Margate is in the lead. Atlantic City is in second place. Avalon is following closely in third.
And that's really cool because we have a TV, a large TV.
We have the
screen.
Jumbotron here tonight, Billy.
Here, and they've got obviously drones in the water, Dan. You can see what's going on.
That's crazy.
And by the way, we're broadcasting on the YouTube channel, the audio. And if you go there or the free mobile app, 97.3 ESPN mobile app, you check us out there. And let's welcome into the locker room Kristen Morby from the Cape May Point Beach Patrol. She's a good friend of the locker room. And welcome to you, Kristen.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Did I rush you off the beach?
A little bit. That's okay. I'm here for it.
Jack did. She said, I texted her. I said, Kristen, I want you to come up during the doubles. We'd like to talk. She says, well, I'm getting off work. I said, just get your rear end up here.
I see.
The show must go on.
You are the taskmaster that you are, yes.
Kristen, we want to congratulate you on your 18th annual Cape May Point Women's Challenge.
Thank
What
you.
a great race, huh?
Yeah, no, it was great. And it's really cool because I was just down on the beach here and I'm seeing a lot of the girls that did the race and they'll be out here today paddling, swimming. So, yeah, it's great. It's like I said, it's an awesome elite community.
I've always felt that the women competitors are just so great competitors because they got to compete to get the job with men. And that's something that we bring out on the program. They earn the right. They earn the title. It's one of the few jobs that you have to physically try out for a few slots to represent the city that you
Absolutely.
are in.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, these women are fantastic. They're phenomenal, honestly.
I've always found them working with them to be very coachable. They want to do the best job. They want to become the elite lifeguards. And some of the young guys, they don't always listen to you. They think they know more than the wise old sages. But
Absolutely.
But you become a wise old sage in coaching
yes,
them.
I know. It's crazy. I got asked today how many years it's been. 26, and I'm like, ugh, I can't even saying it makes me feel ill. but just trying to keep up with the young ones. But I mean, the next generation, there's some really good eggs in there.
So Kristen, you run the Women's Cape May Point Challenge. You know what it takes to go through, set up, have a big event like
yeah, no, this is great. I came down here, the Jumbotron with the standings.
The stands, look at the stands are full.
I know, yeah.
I mean,
yeah, and then we got Delmo down there kind of giving us the history and what's taken place so far this season, standings, power rankings, all that good stuff. So this is it. I mean, Wildwood knows how to do events,
Yeah. And, of course, Jack and Dan, Kristen's a multi-talented. She works for NBC Sports, and I saw her at Radio Row. Well, I didn't say it. We talked.
Yes.
On the phone. She was at Radio Row, and you worked the Super Bowl, and that was a cool experience.
I did, yeah. I was there when we had the snowstorms here, so I was very happy. I mean, I would have liked the Eagles to be there.
And
but
also, did you call me from Tokyo?
I called you from Tokyo years ago from the Olympics.
We had her on the radio
from
from
Brazil.
Tokyo. Brazil,
and
for
then
the Eagles?
this year I'm going to Australia end of August for the NFL game, the Niners and the Rams.
One of these years, I'm going to take a trip with you, and I'm going to document everything down so we can have a little story, Jack.
There
I
you
would
go.
love that. Yeah,
I think Jack always loves a story, and he usually tells quite a few of them. So that I'd like to come along myself. It's like if I could just be in the background and hear you two, that would be enough for a break from
Billy,
me.
we just got an update. We got Avalon in the lead right now,
Yeah.
followed by Atlantic City, followed by Margate.
All right, Kristen. Listen, we just wanted to get you up here and thank you.
Thank
for,
you
for being a good friend of the show. Every time I ask you to come on, you're there for me, and I appreciate it. You've done a great job.
Thank
you. The 18th annual next year will be the 19th.
I know, it's
and
crazy.
It's just time flies when you're having fun.
Thank you, and thank you guys for this media coverage is excellent, and these guards they deserve it, all
Yeah,
of them. I
absolutely.
mean, this is a big deal.
And
so
it is Lifeguard Appreciation Day,
Ah.
and today from the beaches to the pools across the United States, it's National Lifeguard Appreciation Day. Could you think of a better day to do this?
it's perfect. This is perfect.
And there's a lot of lifeguards, and many of them this year in New Jersey were qualified as first responders, and that's a big deal. They deal with problems on the beach. They deal with the first aid. They had not had that ranking. People looked at it as a simple summer job. I can tell you from my years of experience, you have problems on the beaches, you have medical issues on the beaches, you have all kinds of problems, including bloodborne pathogens and other things. There's so much training that goes into guard today.
And to go off of that too is we had a problem for years in Longport with them not allowing us to have proper warning lights and devices. That totally is a game changer now. They can't stop any of the lifeguards or beach patrols now from operating as a first responder, which gives them all the rights and attributes that go with it.
Long time coming, but I'm glad that the state legislature did that. And as a former lifeguard lieutenant, I was always worried about going home safe, and that's what you want. There are people that die doing this job, and if you've seen the news, the big news, California is an absolute mess with rip currents right now.
Yeah.
They're risking their lives. They had a young 16-year-old that did his training and went out and got somebody, and that's what you want. You want the elite level training that these people go
And
through.
let's welcome back into the tower on the show, Chief of the Wildwood Beach Patrol, Steve Stocks. And Steve, you're no stranger to you've had a couple rescues, you've had to make down here, some tragic events. Just people don't realize how dangerous this ocean can be.
Yeah, that's true. People overestimate their abilities and they underestimate the power and the dynamics of the ocean, and that's a dangerous combination. Here in Wildwood, we have that gradual slope, and it looks like you can walk out and then you can turn around and walk in. But you guys know, you hit that trench, you hit that gully, you hit that rip current, and suddenly a weaker non-swimmer goes from someone that's standing to someone that's actively drowning. It happens very quickly.
And you know what I appreciate is there was a great video in today's world. YouTube is everything, and social media is everything. You had people that somebody filmed it. There was such an elite rescue that you guys did recently out there.
So we train a lot. So failure to recognize is a big issue, right? So we want young lifeguards to recognize and respond. That's what they need to do. Failure to recognize. So if you look at studying what happens when there's a drowning, when lifeguards are on duty, a lot of times it's failure to recognize the victim. They may even have other people standing around within an arm's length who fail to recognize that that person is drowning. So we do a lot of video training, and we do it where the guards have to scan the water, scan, target, assess, and react. So you scan the water, target an individual, assess that individual. Do you need to react? Do you need to do something, or can you move on to the next person? And like I learned from John McCann and Tom McCann many, many years ago, when in doubt, go on out. Always. When in doubt, go on out.
You can always recall, but you can't go a second time.
We just got an update. Uppers in first place. Then Atlantic City, Avalon. So it seems like the boats are exchanging places here. Looks like Margate had a great start, Dan.
Yeah.
And now Upper Township.
Yeah, it's going to come down to the wire. We know that. It's going to come down. We're going to see what happens here. The swells have been predominantly to the north side of the course, so that could be, the area where you might see some of the, potential race winners. But, Jack, that was an opportunity for you to segue in and talk about what today is.
Today is National Lifeguard Day. It was one of those things that the president does. The United States, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, there's over 125,000 guards and workers nationally. 10,000 people were employed in the broader category in May 2024. Globally, the prevention of lives is what's the immeasurable fact. You know what happens on unprotected beaches, but you don't know what happens on protected beaches. It's all about prevention, and that's what the chief just said. We want them to be understanding and recognize and prevent people from being in the problem. Ocean City Beach Patrol, we created a young coloring book so young kids recognize the danger of the ocean. And I'm telling you, we printed 17,000 of them, and almost all of them are gone.
Yes. All right, Chief Stocks, you're looking at the big board, and this race is pretty close. I think Upper's still in the lead. That's pretty amazing.
Hey, man, the big board, 17-foot Jumbotron screen down here, brought to you by Stampone Law. And I'm watching this race. I'm like, wow, what a view. I'm in the tower, and I can see the boats. But I'm looking at the TV screen going, wow, what a view. Great job by South Jersey Lifeguard Racing and Stampone to give us this view with the drone overhead.
This is great. We're high above the race, Jack.
I never thought I'd live to see the day. Old guys like me, like
97.3 ESPN's live coverage. And we're going to stick around because the boats are getting close. But I just want to remind people that 97.3 ESPN's live coverage of the 2026 Dutch-Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard Races is brought to you by Blitz's Market of Ocean City, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, gourmet burgers, and vegetarian options. Give them a call at 609-399-9983 or go online at blitzesmarkets.com. And by McCann Realtors of Sea Isle City, 4111 Landis Avenue in Sea Isle, with knowledge, experience, integrity, dedication since 1939. For sales and rental or investments, call 609-263-7422 or go to McCannRealtors.com. And by Manco and Manco Pizza, the first and last name in pizza since 1956, with 3 locations in Ocean City, Summers Point, and Citizens Bank Park. Go online, mancospizza.com. At Manco and Manco. And by Shriver's, the oldest and best candy store on the boardwalk in Ocean City, founded in 1898. Wow, get somebody a nice gift from Shriver's. They ship anywhere in the USA. Go to Shrivers.com, and as the racers get close, this is really exciting, Dan. It looks like the boats to the south are really in the lead there.
Yeah, there's a little swell coming in right now behind the leaders here. It looks like Upper Township. It looks like Atlantic City right here has a swell coming behind them. Margate's trying to jump on a swell. You got Cape May. I mean, this race is open right now, but Atlantic City just fell off a swell there. So we'll see what happens here. Margate's jumping on a little wave, but another wave coming right behind.
Who's in this blue boat right here?
That's Cape May.
Cape May Point.
Cape May, I believe.
Now everybody's getting a swell because Upper Township just got a ride on theirs. Their stroke rate in Upper Township, and they were in the lead.
Looks like Atlantic City might have Upper Township right now.
It does. It
looks like they
closed the gap on a
them.
rave. Watching this Jumbotron, you can really see the crews. They're right over top of them with a drone.
Wow, this
They're
is
pulling
exciting.
hard.
Who's in the
Very
white boat?
exciting.
Guys,
City.
you have some race winners here. You got some little swells that could put you over the
there you go,
line.
Atlantic City.
City's on one. Atlantic City is on a swell.
Pull off it.
Fell off.
But they're in the lead. They got a nice lead there.
Nah, this is anybody's race still.
Okay.
You got to be straight. You got to come in straight.
Yeah.
You broach on this. This is why
They're going to get another ride.
Going to take it, but Margate's got a little swell getting behind them.
There you go. Atlantic City.
Atlantic City. We got a battle for second between Upper and Cape May.
And Longport's on a little swell on the south side.
I give it to Upper.
It's going to be enough.
Upper gets that one?
I believe Upper got
Upper
it.
2, Cape May 3.
Fourth.
4.
I don't know. Margate might have edged them. I'm not sure.
I think Longport got 4, and then Margate 5.
Yep. Very close finish. Very exciting.
So that's unofficial, but definitely looked like Atlantic City won that wide open there.
And look at Wildwood. Is that the crest or is that Wildwood?
That's Wildwood.
That's beautiful. Look at that.
Wildwood's doing it up there, out
nice.
there.
Kept that boat straight on a
Nice.
nice wave.
They're still riding on it.
Look at this.
Oh, there goes a second drop with Wildwood's boat.
Eric, isn't
Think
it hard?
of
You got to
beauty.
get that oar, dig that oar, right?
You
Keep
got
that boat straight.
You want to get on that swell, and you got to get that oar in the water, and use your oar as a rudder almost on a boat to keep that boat straight when you're riding on a wave.
It's a beautiful boat ride for
Oh, there's a
Wildwood.
collision down there between Stone Harbor and Wildwood.
We'll soon find how much these late boats can take a pounding from another boat. Somebody may not be racing next week.
All right, you're listening to 97.3 ESPN's live coverage of the 2026 Dutch-Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard races. We'll be back for the next race right after this. Saturday morning in the locker room with Billy Schweim, producer Nick Earnshaw and Aaron Ewing join me in the studio. Newly crowned Miss New Jersey from Egg Harbor Township, Kylie Wright will visit us as we give away 4 tickets plus a parking pass to the Phillies-Toronto game on August 9th, courtesy of Pensacola Spine and Rehab. Hour 2, it's our Beach Patrol report with Jack Brooks, brought to you by McCann Realtors of Sea Isle City and the OCBP Lifeguard Alumni Association. We will recap Friday night's Dutch-Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard races. It's the locker room with Billy Schweim, Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to noon on 97.3 ESPN.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Winning teams know consistency matters, and that's exactly what you'll find at Key Acura of Atlantic City. My friend Rocco and his team have built a loyal fan base of repeat customers by doing things the right way year after year. Acura delivers the kind of performance, precision, and dependability you can count on, and the team at Key Acura backs it up with outstanding customer service. Go see for yourself. Key Acura of Atlantic City, the small but friendly dealer. Tilt Road, EHT, online, KeyAcuraofAtlanticCity.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. And that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Really smart. Unfortunately, I didn't check if I left the pizza box on top of my car before driving home. Not smart. Oh, and a semi just turned my deep dish into a thin crust.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Something good to know from First Bank of Sea Isle City. We have all of today's innovative banking products just like the big banks, but we offer something they can't. A personal community focus. Let's get you started with Bill Pay. You save time when you pay your bills online. It's fast, easy, and convenient. First Bank of Sea Isle City. A community bank that delivers more for you every day. Personal service, today's technology, from the people who truly care. Learn more at firstbankseaisle.com.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, we're back from 97 from the Wildwood Beach for 97.3 ESPN's live coverage of the 2026 Dutch-Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard races. It's Dan Adams is with me, Jack Brooks, Erich Wolf.
Dr. Erich Wolf.
Dr. Erich Wolf. Got a great team up here. So what unofficial winners? Looks like Atlantic City.
It was Atlantic City, and congratulations to Vince Granese and Nick Rodero on winning that race. Billy, you could tell in that race, their conditioning won them that race. In the last 2 minutes, they were in a close battle with Upper Township. They turned it on. They kept that bow coming straight in. Their course was excellent. They caught a couple nice rides, took it across the finish line.
You know, they didn't panic. That's the thing, is that you can be in second or third place, and you know you have the gas in the tank to be able to continue to win, right?
Exactly. And the last minute of that race was a grind. You could tell from up here, and those guys did a great job getting on those swells and riding them in.
And Eric, we were sidebarred, during that, saying, when have we ever seen 8 boats in the hunt for a race like that? We've never seen that. In all these years of 15 beach patrols competing, we've never seen 8 boats that close in such a fashion that it came down to that. Unofficially, it looks like Upper Township was second, followed by Cape May third, and it was back and forth. I'm not sure if it was Longport fourth or Margate fourth and Longport fifth and Margate fifth. So kind of that was your top 5 finishers. It's unofficial at this point in time. What a great race.
Very close race. And you would expect a very close race on a calm night like tonight. It's very difficult on a calm night to really pull out in front. So it was close all the way through. Congratulations, Atlantic City.
We've got a lot of races to talk about, Jack. And I believe did the paddleboard start?
It's getting ready to start.
Okay, the paddleboard's getting ready to start. We have the female rescue board. It's 880 yards, 1 competitor per beach, followed by the male swim, 600 yards.
Paddle.
And we have the male 1 mile run, female 1 mile run, right?
That's what it says.
We have male rescue board, 880, female swim, and the open singles race.
Now the paddlers are off and they're running right now, so they run out with their paddleboard. They're going to go to a buoy. So to let people know that are at home, there are 3 buoys that are out. They're going to go to the first buoy and they're going to turn right and go down southern of the course on the south side, paddle through the middle one, and then they're going to hit the third one where they'll head right into the beach. They're going to finish right in front of the stand.
And that's an 880-yard race. So
that's a long paddle.
race, man.
Dan, my money is on Grace Emming of the Brigantine City Beach Patrol. She's been a great competitor for a long time. She's a daughter of Brigantine's chief.
She came in third in the 18th annual Cape May Women's Challenge.
Yes, incredible ocean athlete. My money, Billy, is on her tonight.
She is married now. Did she go by the married name? She married.
No, I saw Emick in the
okay. She married a fireman, lifeguard, Dan Shaw. So
we got to go with the program, guys.
Yeah,
we got to go with the program.
Okay.
Go with the program.
But she's always been a tough competitor. She trains, and she's a beast. We'll see her training coming down into Longport. We'll see her out on the paddleboard in the off season, just paddling, putting miles in like it's nothing. And, I mean, that's it. She trains year-round, and you talked about it. It comes down to the physical fitness. It comes down to being prepared. And this isn't something you can jump in the boat in the beginning of June and think you're going to be okay, or jump on a paddleboard or jump in a pool. You have to train year-round. You have to be physically fit, and you have to be ready. You called it on the head. You talked about, arms blow up. The arms blow up because you're not trained, you're not physically ready, and you're not ready for, the competition.
Absolutely. And we're gonna see some conditioning tonight because this is a long paddleboard race, and they haven't even hit the first buoy yet.
My experience with this longer distance too is there's different competitors that are good with sprints. They're used to surfing. They sprint out, they ride in, they sprint out, they ride in. This is one that paddles around the island. These are the ones that paddle for hours on end, and they just keep their head up. They're used to it. They're used to the physical challenge of it.
All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. There's a lot of controversy surrounding whether a paddleboard should be in the South Jersey Lifeguard Championships. Now, I know Dan Adams has his view. I know Chief Stocks has his view. What do you say, Erich Wolf?
Billy,
Dr. Erich Wolf?
A little context and a little background would do us good in this situation. In 1985, the South Jersey Chiefs voted to put a 2-mile run into the South Jersey. Okay, there were 4 events that year. Okay. At the end of that race in the following summer, it was unanimous. All the Chiefs agreed it was a bad idea. And it was a bad idea because it extended the race unnecessarily. And you can go to any street corner in America and see a 2-mile running race, okay? But what we do, the essential nature of what we do is the doubles row, the swim, and the singles. And that's why the South Jersey is the way that it is. And frankly, I wouldn't count on any changes anytime soon because there has to be a 2/3 majority vote among the Chiefs. So 10 out of the 15 of them have to agree to that. The votes just simply aren't there, and that's a credit.
But if you look up and down, and I know Dan Adams will talk to this, and so will Chief Stocks. You look up and down the beaches from Brigantine to Cape May Point. I mean, Ocean City has like a total of 4 boats on the beach. They don't even have boats anymore.
Well, Billy, like Dan said, it's a tool, and certainly beach patrols use it, and we use it. And I certainly admire the skill and the competitive nature of those athletes out there, but the core essential nature of what we do, the doubles, the swim, and the singles.
Hey, and talk about that. Atlantic City Beach Patrol, they're the opposite. They have very few paddleboards on the beach, and they use the boats day in, day out for rescues. Every single day, they're using the boats.
So you could tell that tonight in the doubles row.
And I could also interject here. You could have jet ski races because so many are using jet skis right now, to be able to have rescue equipment. As a traditionalist, though, and this maybe I predate Dan, at first, the South Jerseys were a doubles row and a swim. There wasn't a singles. So if you want to go way old school, you go way back.
And the singles was brought in the early 70s, correct?
Yes. Yeah, 1973. Yeah. 1973 was the first year of the singles. And guys, the swim on the north end of the course has started, so they're out there swimming right now.
So that's the male swim race that started on the north end of the course. Yeah. And it looks like I want to say it's Grace Emmig. Does that look like it's in the lead?
It does. We have a good 1-2 battle going on up front. This could very well come down to a swell again.
But it looks like Grace is really pouring it on now. She's got that lead. We got a swell coming here behind the two of them. Let's see what happens.
Grace is the defending champion in this event, in this race, and she is really an excellent paddler.
She's moving right now, too. She is on it. She's got a little swell. It's not going to get her far, but it's going to get her in a little bit. But we got a couple waves coming here. It could make a difference. Steve, do you know who that is that's in second place?
I'm not sure, but Grace was sitting in second place all the way into the last turn. I think she was just biding her time.
She was drafted.
Yeah, they
She was,
turned that last buoy, and she's got some good separation now. Like she is just really.
All right, so the second place finisher, we're not sure who it is, but she's got a little swell. She's on a little swell right now, but Grace is just cruising. Grace is cruising right here. And up, this girl's got a wave, though. I don't think it's going to be enough because I think Grace is going to get up and sprint in. Yeah, it looks like Grace is going to win this race here.
I believe it's OCBP in second place.
Ocean City Beach Patrol, second place in the paddleboard. That's awesome.
Grace really turned it on there in the last minute of that race. She opened up a good lead.
Good balance.
All right, we got, what's this? The Crest on the south or the north side, and who do we have on the south side? Looks like the Crest is going to finish in third place here.
Lauren Krathhamel from
and
Crest.
Upper Township is the other competitor right
and
there.
Upper Township is going to get fourth.
Wow, that was a long race. Steve, what do you think about the paddle boards in these races?
We really like to emphasize, and I don't want to split hairs or be. we call it a rescue board. I know these are racers, but our guards are out on rescue boards every day. If there's a rescue in the water, we say, take the board, take the board, take the board, take the board. And some people take that the wrong way. I'm a boat guy. I was a rower in high school and college. I competed in the Bay Race. I'll do another Around the Island Road this year. I'm a boat guy.
Oh, wow, look at this finish here. Wow, these girls are tough. I'll tell you what, they just sprinted out. And that was for what, Eric, like 7th, 8th place or 8th, 9th place?
Close finish
They
on
were
the
still,
same wave.
Look, here we are. They're still going.
Yep.
Still representing
10th,
your
11th place, they're
wow.
still going and going strong. What a commitment. Atlantic City Beach Patrol finishing up now.
People, this is the greatest free athletic event you can see. There's a great crowd out here, and it's a beautiful evening. Sun is going down behind our backs. The Jumbotron is showing this stuff. But when you see it firsthand, it's just amazing to watch these athletes.
Yeah, and we're not sure who's winning, but the swim is about halfway. The male swim is about halfway completed. And the person in the lead right now has about 3 body length lead, 4 body length lead over the second place finisher. Jack, you're into that. What do you got? Do you agree with me on that?
I agree with you. There's 4 body lengths on a lead. They're going to hit that last buoy where they have to turn. They're going to finish right in front of us. But right now they're going parallel to the beach. You get to watch everything. You can see the swimmers stacked up. This is the nice thing about a race like this. It's a box swim. It's really interesting in the front because you can see it like a lane line.
Right. You know what? And that's another thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to give Wildwood a lot of credit once again, is hats off to them because this is spectator friendly.
Yeah.
Everybody can see the swim, see the entire swim, see the entire paddleboard from the beach. When you do these out and in races, it's hard to see anything. When you do these races that are sides like this, it's more competitor friendly, and it makes the crowd really get into the race.
The one difference with South Jersey versus the Lifeguard national races is they have to wear beanies.
Right.
And I'm just telling you, each patrol has a color. So we're here guessing a swimmer, but really there they have a color that's designated for the team.
All right, from a layman's perspective, someone that, I watched swimming during the Olympics in the pool. This is so much more exciting. You got, it's a box swim, and when they come in, they catch a wave, they get thrown off the wave. They're in a foot race when they get to the surf. It's a dash, and that's where the juices get flowing.
Billy, go back to 2006 swim race in Avalon, but how that finished.
That was unbelievable.
That was 150 yards up, 200 yards up the beach. They finished, and it was a foot race. To make the difference, and that's where the difference with John Tepper made that difference. He went from 5th to 3rd in the foot race.
And I remember one Dan Adams, chief of the Longport Beach Patrol, getting full of emotion, welling up. Because Longport won their first championship. It was like something like they at Avalon.
Absolutely.
I'll go a little bit further back with one of our Hall of Famers that won 5 South Jersey championships, Paul Mangin.
Okay.
Paul Mangin won his 5th in a foot race, and there's a great picture where out of nowhere he sprints out of the water with enough gas left to do a foot race. It's like a fish coming out of the water that has legs.
And Jack, you're exactly right. When you finish swimming in the ocean, you can be disoriented out there. And then when you pop up after a grueling race, you got to find that finish line. where you are relative to it, and then you got to run up that beach. It can be exciting.
How about, did you have legs? I mean, your legs got to feel heavy after being in the water.
Everything feels heavy. I'm just telling you, as a distance swimmer, everything feels heavy when you're nearing the end of the race. There is no easy ride. And these guys, you can see them coming in. This is the men's finish. It's going to be finished right in front of us. There is the first competitor is on a wave. I don't know who the orange cap is. Followed closely by some others that are all in this, almost looks like a rip current, though. They're swimming almost like in a little bit of an outward.
I'm wondering if this is Charlie Schreiner from Atlantic City in the lead here. I'm wondering if that's possibly who this is.
This could be Logan Manning's. He's been.
Oh, we got one on a wave.
I can't tell who it is. Can you make that out? Atlantic City?
Charles Schreiner.
I was thinking it looks like Schreiner. The body looks like Schreiner coming out of the water.
Yeah.
But
close race. They're running.
Is that Logan Manning in second, I believe?
I believe it is, Billy.
And he's right on his tail. I mean, he's close, but it looks like Schreiner's going to win.
And they got to do high stepping.
Yeah, that's
here.
Charlie Schreiner is going to be the victory here in the swim.
Atlantic City, Upper Township.
Logan Manning in second.
So we got Charlie Schreiner, Logan Manning, and then I'll tell you what, it's quite a distance between second, third, and fourth. I mean, this is still a little ways.
See, this is exciting stuff right here.
All right, this is Tim Hanaway of Avalon, who looks like he's going to take third.
Avalon, Tim Hanaway. Nice race.
Brigantine is fourth.
Wow. We've called a lot of different beach patrols winning stuff tonight.
Listen, it doesn't get any better than this.
Its scoring is going to be spread out tonight.
It is going to be spread out tonight. It's a very, very competitive race. I think it's great because you have 8 events. You have the men and you have the women. You have everything. This is going to just be a testimony to who's the most athletic beach patrol winning the most.
Listen, these people are cheering for 5th and 6th, 4th, 5th, 5th,
You
6th,
still,
7th.
you still score points.
Was that James Haney? Was that James Haney from
I believe he was fourth. I could be wrong about that, but I believe he was fourth.
I thought that was 5th, wasn't it?
Was
Because
it?
Avalon
It may have
was
been
4th,
fifth.
and he was 5th.
No, Avalon was third. Avalon was
okay.
third.
All right, you're listening to 97.3 ESPN's live coverage of the 2026 Dutch-Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard Races from the beach in Wildwood, brought to you by Blitz's Market of Ocean City, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, gourmet burgers, and the vegetarian options. Call 609-399-9983 or go online at blitzesmarkets.com. Or McCann Realtors, brought to you by McCann Realtors of Sea Isle City, 4111 Landis Avenue in Sea Isle. Knowledge, experience, integrity, dedication since 1939 for sales and rental investments. Call 609-263-7422 or go online at McCannRealtors.com. And by Manco and Manco Pizza, the first and last name in pizza since 1956, with 3 locations in Ocean City, Summers Point, Citizens Bank Park. Go online at mancospizza.com. That's Manco and Manco. And by Shriver's, the oldest and best candy store on the boardwalk in Ocean City, founded in 1898. Wow, somebody gets a good gift from Shriver's. They ship anywhere in the United States. Go to Shrivers.com today. We'll have more for you as we broadcast live from the beach in Wildwood at the Dutch-Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard Races right here on 97.3 ESPN.
South Jersey's official play-by-play home of the Eagles, Sixers, and Flyers.
At 0 point would I ever consider not being a fan of the team.
97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City. A Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Something good to know from First Bank of Sea Isle City. We have all of today's innovative banking products just like the big banks, but we offer something they can't. A personal community focus. Let's get you started with Bill Pay. You save time when you pay your bills online. It's fast, easy, and convenient. First Bank of Sea Isle City, a community bank that delivers more for you every day. Personal service, today's technology, from the people who truly care. Learn more at firstbankseaisle.com.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hanging out at the Piccadilly. Nowhere tomorrow. Everyone's happy. Beers keep coming. Tails piled to the sky.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-498-6548. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-498-6548. That's 800-498-6548. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Saturday morning in the locker room with Billy Schweim, producer Nick Earnshaw and Aaron Ewing join me in the studio. Newly crowned Miss New Jersey from Egg Harbor Township, Kylie Wright will visit us as we give away 4 tickets plus a parking pass to the Phillies-Toronto game on August 9th, courtesy of Pennsauken Spine and Rehab. Hour 2, it's our Beach Patrol report with Jack Brooks, brought to you by McCann Realtors of Seattle City and the OCBP Lifeguard Alumni Association. We will recap Friday night's Dutch-Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard races. It's the locker room with Billy Schweim, Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to noon on 97.3 ESPN. Live from the Wildwood Beach in the 2026 Dutch-Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard races. And I've got a former captain of the Longport Beach Patrol, Dan Adams.
Demoted me.
What about, did I say captain?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry.
all right.
Is that a demotion?
It is, but that's okay.
No, you don't get demoted. I've got former lieutenant of the Ocean City Beach Patrol, Jack Brooks, and I've got Lieutenant Dr. Erich Wolf here with me. And, of course, Chief Stocks is here. The men's run just started. And is that the men's run? Yes. The men's run.
1 mile run.
And exciting stuff, Jack. You always say this on the Beach Patrol report, and when we do our live broadcast, how this competition's free. And there's not a better place to come down to the beach and watch these competitors race. It's high-quality stuff, and it's exciting.
High-quality stuff, and I'm telling you, there's some beautiful people that are watching the events as well. I'll just go no further than that, but I'm just saying this race brings out a lot of beautiful people.
Steve Stock's he's got stands on the beach, and they're full.
They are full.
It's unbelievable.
This is one of the most friendly towns to be able to watch these events. The men's run just went off. They ran north. They're going to run back down. They're going to come back south. You've got the swim is going to go on, and the men's paddle versus the women's swimming. I'm telling you, it's exciting.
So there goes the girls, Dan.
And Jack, what you're going to see here in this race, they're going to run together. Both the men and the women are going to run together in a cluster, and then you're going to see them turn on the jets in the last 30 seconds to a minute of this race. So that's when you're going to see the separation.
Yeah, so this is no marathon. This is a sprint.
Real quick rundown of the competitors in the male 1 mile run. From Atlantic City, Dan Speck. From Avalon, Ben Andrus. From Brigantine, Matt Hoffman. From Cape May, Mock Gavin. From Cape May Point, Stephen Luchin. From Longport, Brody Miller. From Margate, Josh Weinstock. From North Wildwood, Hunter Bostwick. From Ocean City, Steven Sluzarski. From Sea Isle City, Michael Carolyn. From Stone Harbor, Keenan Newman. From Upper Township, Jimmy Nilsson. From Ventnor, Quinn Worrell. From Wildwood, Noah Deckert. And Wildwood Crest, Anthony Gargani. I don't really know much about this.
Dan, did you say Stephen Luchin?
I did say Stephen Luchton. Yep, from Cape May Point.
Cape May Point. Okay, he is one of my baseball players at Lower Cape May Regional High School. So
okay, well here
go
they
get him,
come.
Steve.
This is going for the. They're at the halfway point, I guess, at this point.
And you can tell they're all grouped together. Looks like Ben Andrus from the Avalon Beach Patrol.
You can hear this
out up front. Yep, there was a great article on Ben in the Star Ledger on NJ.com. Goes to Haddonfield Memorial High School if you get a chance to read that article. Great article on Ben.
You could hear the crowd cheering as they came running past the tower.
And real quick, since the women's race started, I'm going to run down and give you their competitors. Atlantic City, Perry Rubin. From Avalon, Gracie Rapici. From Brigantine, Megan Winterbottom. From Cape May, Aaron Smith. From Longport, Reese McAvoy. From Margate, Sophia Day. From North Wildwood, Sophia Bostwick. From Ocean City, Chloe Kerr. From Sea Isle City, Grace Burns. From Stone Harbor, Olivia Orton. From Upper Township, Kaylee Grimley. From Ventnor, Madison Siglin. From Wildwood, Delaney Glenn. And from Wildwood Crest, Sophia Fisher.
And Jack, you know Chloe, I'm sorry, what's her last name? Chloe Kerr. She won races for Ocean City High School numerous times.
Absolutely. You know, you can make the beach patrol if you're a good swimmer. You can make the beach patrol as any kind of a competitor because they practice, they try. A lot of them run and they swim in the wintertime. So they've got that constant.
Okay, we also have Sophia Day is right here in the front of the pack. She's a big runner, ran for Mainland Regional, runs for the Margate City Beach Patrol. She won a lot of the Atlantic County Championship, went on to the state level, did very well on the state level. So Sophia Day is actually winning the race.
You're going to hear a crowd roar here in a second, Dan Adams.
Oh, we got the men's.
The guys are coming down the chute here.
And the women were packed up. There was 5 leading groups.
Just so we know, through 3 events, we have a tie for first place right now between Atlantic City and Upper Township, both with 10 points.
Wow. That's going to be a close day for the rest of the day.
All right. Is this Wildwood Beach Patrol here?
It looks like Wildwood Beach Patrol coming in.
There you go. Wildwood.
Brigantine looks like they're second. This is the men's finish. Good fight for third place. Cape May third. Avalon fourth.
And Wildwood Crest in fifth.
And they were almost just that close together. By the time you're getting the name out, that's the seconds that they were behind each
And this is a pretty important part of the garden. You got to run on the beach, right, Jack? If you have to go make a rescue.
Oh, some of the worst rescues I had. I pulled a guy out. I'll tell my story. I got there, pulled a guy out, and he goes, I thought I was a goner. I said, you thought you were a goner. I had to run 4 blocks and swim 200 yards and bring you in.
Jack, I assume this was earlier in your career. You didn't know any better because the deal is, Jack, you send the rookies on the long runs. You send those young guys. You send the rookies down there.
Dr. Wolf, this was late in the season when there were no rookies left. For an old guy like me to be on and doing that stuff, you knew it was a challenge.
It was you or nobody.
That's right. And I'm glad I got there.
Very exciting finish in that run.
Absolutely, and the ladies are going to be as well. They're rounded the curve. They're coming towards us right now.
They're coming down.
Absolutely.
About another minute.
You know, and there's 125 competitors.
That's
tonight.
right. 125.
How many proud parents is that?
They're all on the beach here.
They're all on the beach watching their kids because this is one that's not just a doubles crew, a singles crew, and a swimmer. This is one where you got 125 people in the competition. Lots of proud parents, lots of proud teammates, lots of proud guards that are competing tonight and watching this race. It is a beautiful, absolutely gorgeous night as that sim starts to sink, and we've got the Jumbotron there, and we have got a clear runner out front. Yep. She is clearly ahead of somebody else. She's 25, 30 yards ahead of somebody else.
Is this Margate?
That's Margate Beach Patrol. That's Sophia Day, and what a strong competitor.
Wow.
Hats off. Sophia Day from Margate Beach Patrol wins the women's 1 mile run.
Is this Chloe Kerr from Ocean City in second?
Chloe Kerr from Ocean City second.
She gets a second.
Okay. And who do we got in
Sea Isle City. Stone Harbor fourth.
Well, there's some distance between the first and the end of the rest of the pack.
Grace Burns in third. Stone Harbor. We had fourth, Olivia Orton. And then what do we got? We got a 5th place finish here.
Is that North Wildwood? I think that may have been North
Atlantic,
Wildwood.
Atlantic City Beach
Avalon.
Beach Patrol.
Avalon, yep. Gracie Rapici from Avalon.
Yep.
Soccer player at Immaculata.
Wow. They're such good athletes. They're good athletes at everything. You know, this is the thing. You've got some real superstars out here watching this race. You know, I think that when you look at the competitors and you have 125 of them, you got parents that have driven them to practices. You can't mention that enough. I mean, at this level, they're taking care of themselves. But it was that kernel that popped for them. They wanted to be guards. This is the kind of thing, too, where there's young kids on the beach tonight. I'm watching them, and they're going to be future lifeguards.
How come when I was your mascot, I didn't get a coloring book, Jack?
Well, there's a reason. We didn't know if you could color.
All right. You're listening to 97.3 ESPN.
You've never stayed between the lines. You know, That's
Never,
another.
Jack, never. You're listening to 97.3 ESPN's live coverage of the 2026 Dutch-Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard Races live from the beach in Wildwood, brought to you by Blitz's Market of Ocean City, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, gourmet burgers, and vegetarian options. Online ordering is available at blitzesmarkets.com, or you give them a call at 609-399-9983. And by McCann Realtors of Seattle City, 4111 Landis Avenue in Seattle, with knowledge, experience, integrity, and dedication since 1939 for sales and rental or investments. Call 609-263-7422 or go online at McCannRealtors.com. And by Manco and Manco Pizza, the first and last name in pizza since 1956, with 3 locations in Ocean City, 1 in Summers Point, and at the Citizens Bank Park. Go online at mancospizza.com. That's Manco. And by Shriver's, the oldest and best candy store on the boardwalk in Ocean City, founded in 1898. Wow, somebody's going to get a great gift from Shriver's. They ship anywhere in the United States. Go to shrivers.com. When we return, we'll continue with more here from the beach in Wildwood. It's the Dutch-Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard Races right here on 97.3 ESPN. Hi, this is Billy Schweim from the locker room on 97.3 ESPN. Looking for a fun new way to enjoy South Jersey? Stop by Andy's E-Bikes on Route 9 in Galloway, right next to historic Smithville. Andy's E-Bikes carries a full line of electric e-bikes, smooth, comfortable, and fun to ride. Whether you're cruising through the neighborhood, heading down to the shore, or just looking to get outside more, stop in, take a test drive, and see why so many people are loving e-bikes. Visit andysebikes.com or stop by Andy's E-Bikes on Route 9 in Galloway, next to historic Smithville.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Your coffee would never get cold. Your flight would always be on time. And your mattress would always respond to you and your unique sleep needs. Sleep Number mattresses are designed to respond to your body and shift with your changing life, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Really smart. Unfortunately, I didn't check if I left the pizza box on top of my car before driving home. Not smart. Oh, and a semi just turned my deep dish into a thin crust.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey guys, it's Mike Gill for Clark's Moving and Storage down in Rio Grande. Let me tell you, we did a huge move not too long ago, and honestly, Clark's did a fantastic job. I mean, really fantastic. They moved all my stuff from my Ventnor place on the shore out to the mainland in EHT. Clark's Moving and Storage, they took care of it all from start to finish. Trust their moving company with the finest in storage and moving services. They're one of the largest companies in the area, and you can trust them. Believe me, they got it all done, moved everything, not a scratch, not a dent, not anything. On time, professional. They really did it all. I felt very comfortable and very confident in their team at Clark's Moving and Storage every step of the way. So do what I did and use Clark's Moving for your big move. Call them today, 609-889-0780, or visit them at clarksmoving.net. Clark's Moving is an authorized agent for Wheaton Worldwide Moving, so they can move you across the country or even around the world.
Saturday morning in the locker room with Billy Schweim, producer Nick Earnshaw and Aaron Ewing join me in the studio. Newly crowned Miss New Jersey from Egg Harbor Township, Kylie Wright will visit us as we give away 4 tickets plus a parking pass to the Phillies-Toronto game on August 9th, courtesy of Pennsauken Spine and Rehab. Hour 2, it's our Beach Patrol report with Jack Brooks, brought to you by McCann Realtors of Seattle City and the OCBP Lifeguard Alumni Association. We will recap Friday night's Dutch-Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard races. It's the locker room with Billy Schweim, Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to noon on 97.3 ESPN. All right, welcome back to 97.3 ESPN's live coverage of the 2026 Dutch-Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard races right here in Wildwood. Jack Brooks, did you just see Ventnor City? I don't know who was rowing the singles for, but it made it look easy. He was standing on the stern sheet, surfing it in.
He was warming it up, but that's Lifeguard.
He looked like Dr. Erich Wolf taking it in.
Yeah,
There you go.
Billy, everyone in the city of Ventnor knows how to ride waves. Okay? I don't care if you've been a lifeguard or not. They all know how to ride waves in those Van Dynes. It's a thing up there in Ventnor.
Van Dynes are from Ventnor, so
Yes,
you know,
yes,
it has,
they are.
has a lot to say.
I was going to say, about learning to bow two is like Lifeguard 101. That's the first season you cut your teeth doing it.
So our top finishers in the male 1 mile run, we had Noah Deckert from Wildwood was the winner, and in the female 1 mile run, we had Sophia Day from Margate. So what tough competitors. They both finished really strong. They looked good, and like Jack, you said, you have to run on the beach for a rescue. So they're just doing their thing. Except these are Division I athletes that are running for colleges across the country.
And a lot of them cross train. They were swimmers as well. You know, these are they earned the spot on the beach, and pulling bodies out of the water is part of their thing.
So we're about halfway through our paddleboard race here, the men's paddleboard race. We're about halfway through the race here at this point in time.
They're less than a board apart from each other in the top two.
And like we said earlier, it is so spectator friendly to be able to watch this from the beach. You can actually see the 15 competitors and where they're located. We just don't know who they are.
Right.
And we're 20 feet in the air, and I'm telling you, it's just a great view here. You got the jumbotron, you got them following them with a drone. It's fantastic, and you can see these guys cutting down wind. You know somebody is really going to spread it out. There's a little bit more body length there. I'm telling you, the arms are burning right about now. You're coming into the last turn, and you got to then paddle into the beach. That's where the wave gods have to help you out.
The women's swim just started as well, so we have two races going on here at the same time. We'll have the men's paddleboard finishing, and the women's swim just started. They're just getting out past the surf at this point in time, and the men are turning the final turning point. They're on their way to the shore, so we'll see what happens here. It could be exciting like the women's race. We might get a couple good waves.
And these guys look like they're bunched up.
happens.
I mean, you look 1 through 4 pretty close together, Jack Brooks.
They are absolutely close, and they ran. You know, they're running the corners a little wide on these turns, but nobody interfered with anybody else. One of the big rules on this is you cannot knock another competitor off the board. 100%.
You know what I'd be doing?
I know, but you'd be disqualified.
It looked like the second place paddler out there looked like he took his turn a little far south. I don't know what the strategy is there, but we'll see if it works out.
Well, sometimes the current and the momentum keep carrying you. You know, with turns, it's like a boat or anything. The wind and the wave and the current have a lot of effect on that. But they are paddling right now. These are guys.
Giving it their all.
I'll tell you, the second place guy just made a course change and is coming more in directly straight toward the finish, where the guy that's leading the race is a little bit to the south.
And
not
it looks
far.
like he's going to catch a swell right here, too. It looks a little bump.
One is going to have to run, and one knows the shortest distance is a straight line. Run that straight line to the finish line. You do
Well, now
not
they're
want to be
kind
too
of moving
wide.
all over the place.
Yeah,
So.
and as you can tell, as the tide comes in here, those waves out there on the sandbar are slowly starting to disappear. So it's not as much of a factor as it was in the doubles.
Looks a little rippy out there too.
He's
where it's
catching a
probably
wave right
taking you
there.
back out.
I have no idea who this is. Anybody have any idea who's leading this race here?
Cape May.
Cape May.
We're hearing Cape May.
Cape May Beach Patrol.
He is digging in. He is way out.
He really opened up a lead here in the last minute.
Clay Stevens. If it's Cape May, it's Clay Stevens from Cape May Beach Patrol.
Wow, here he comes. You
Looking
hear the crowd.
strong. He is looking strong. And
Yeah, Cape May Beach Patrol. Clay Stevens in first place in the men's paddleboard.
these guys still have gas in the tank because they have to run up the beach and get out
Third,
of the
fourth,
water.
and fifth are
Is that
pretty
Upper
close. Oh,
Township?
he goes down.
Was that Upper Township second place?
Oh, this is a foot race. Somebody got right in front of somebody else here. It's wild. They got to get the boards out of the way. They got these competitors coming out, and I'm sure.
How exciting is this?
Ought to be young and strong.
Oh,
again.
what a wave! And he goes over.
Sean O'Neill from
That's
Brigantine.
Sean O'Neill from
just
Brigantine.
finished. Yep, he just finished. He's a former colleague of mine at ACIT. I used to work with Sean. He's won this race before.
Ocean City seemed to finish right there too, in the back of the pack here. there's only 6 more boards left to come in, and that's going to be the end of this
Still
race.
a foot race. They're still going at it strong,
There's
each
Rowan
and every
Muley
one of
from
them.
the Avalon Beach Patrol just finished.
Longport Beach Patrol just finished. Ocean City Beach Patrol just finished. And our final competitor to cross the line is from Wildwood Crest.
Wildwood Crest. We have one
we got
one rescue board out there.
Oh, my bad.
I wonder if he could be hurt, maybe, because he looks like he's out of gas.
Well,
I mean, it's not easy, Jack.
it is not
I
easy.
mean, people, you don't realize how much is put into this, right, Eric? I mean,
Absolutely. And so
not easy.
The incredible athletes out there. Rowan Muley, who just finished the paddleboard from the Avalon Beach Patrol, he is going to be a freshman next year at the University of Wisconsin to row. He's going to row crew out there. So you got a lot of great athletes in all these events.
And let me speak for one more moment about that. Some of these beach patrols are not as big as others.
Right.
So when they're going down deep and they're looking out there and they're asking anybody to compete, you have a 30-person beach patrol and you're in an event like this. You got 125 competitors, 8 events. They got to draft somebody. And hats off to them. They may not be the strongest because that guy may be swimming and a good paddler. They all get props. They're they're competing, and you will have the memory that lasts a lifetime.
So let's talk about that. They do have to recruit. Did you recruit, Dan, when you were on the long? Were you allowed to? I don't know. What's the rule?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've heard stories of people recruiting.
You never
I've heard
recruited?
stories. We never recruited. We had a couple people show up at our doorstep from swimmers that, swim coaches from the area.
I know Ocean
showed
City
up.
did, right? I mean, Ocean City recruited, Jack. Don't pretend they did.
I know Atlantic City recruited.
What am I breaking news here, Eric? Dr. Eric?
Billy, I can tell you the Avalon Beach Patrol would never recruit a very talented rower or swimmer. We would never do such a thing.
Only if the last name was Wolf.
Billy, we got some results.
we got results.
We got results after the first 5 events. We got in first place, Brigantine with 11 points.
Wow.
Second place, Atlantic City with 10 points. And in third place, Upper Township with 10 points. So Grace Emig winning that paddleboard for the women put them over the top and put them in first place.
And how many events do we have now? How many events?
Well, we just had event 6 and 7, so we just have one event left, right? We have the singles.
Women's swimming coming in.
We have the open singles. We have the open singles left because it's open to male and female competitors. I do not believe there's any female competitors competing, but it is an open singles race tonight. But, Billy, we can go over the quick singles lineup.
Yeah, let's get over the lineup because this could come down. It's going to be like a photo finish, Jack.
So
it absolutely could be.
The singles row tonight from Atlantic City, we got Vince Grenice. From Avalon, we have Ryan Finnegan. From Brigantine, we have Matt Dolan. From Cape May, Mike Fitzpatrick. From Cape May Point, Ben Swan. From Longport, Mike McGrath. From Margate, Hayden Smallwood. From North Wildwood, Dayton Dante DiFruscio. From Ocean City, Jay Stokes. From Sea Isle City, Nick Matatouche. From Stone Harbor, Andrew Newman. From Upper Township, Will Schluchter. From Ventnor, Ben Werber. From Wildwood, Christian Slavin. And from Wildwood Crest, Jake Klecko.
Now,
we have
Mike
a lot
McGrath
of
and
competitors.
Klecko didn't, I think Klecko won the Cape May counties. Isn't that right, Eric?
He
You
did, yes.
interviewed
He
him.
won on a wave. And Billy, Dan, I can tell you, eyeballing those singles flags out there, those flags are out there. This is going to be a good 6.5, 7 minute row.
And I'll tell
it's
you,
going to be a test.
And you rode against Mike McGrath a lot of
Oh,
times.
absolutely.
The longer the race, the better the race for Mike McGrath.
Absolutely.
He won the AC Classic.
Mike McGrath did win the AC Classic, followed by Vince Grenice from Atlantic City, followed by Chris Byers from Margate, who is not competing tonight because I believe he's working in the Ocean City Fire Department tonight.
Is that
He's
right?
unable to be
Yeah, I
here.
saw him on the beach
So,
earlier today.
We'll talk about the Cape May counties. You had Jake Klecko from Wildwood Crest. You had Ryan Finnegan in second from Avalon. You had Mike Fitzpatrick from Cape May in third. You had Vince Fitzpatrick Jr. from Wildwood in fourth. And you had Ben Swan from Cape May Point in fifth.
And
this race is open. It could be
Last year,
anybody's race.
the South Jersey Lifeguard Championships, Ryan Finnegan came in second, won you the race.
Absolutely.
He won the race for Avalon.
He clinched us the points, and Ryan won the South Jersey Singles in 2024, which
Right.
clinched us that race up in Brigantine. Ryan's a clutch rower, and you have a number, Billy, of South Jersey champions on the list to row tonight in the singles race. It's going to be very exciting.
Does that get in your head, Eric? If you're a
No.
competitor, like you got such a tough lineup to race against.
Absolutely not. And I'll tell you why, Billy. It's not a sport where you can play defense. All you can do is go out there, nail your start, have a good course, nail your turn, and then on the approach, you can't play defense. You just got to go out there and do your own thing.
And here come the female swimmers, Dan.
Here they come.
I can't tell who's in first, but we'll know soon enough.
Well, let's see if you guys
She's
can
wearing
call it
black.
out for me.
She's got a black suit on with a black hat. You see that, Jack?
I do. I don't know who it is.
Kate May. Kate May.
Kate May finishes first. Oh, and
Madeline
race.
Cassidy from Cape May.
Longport.
Second.
So second was Longport, which is Jordan Rachetti.
Sea Isle City.
Sea Isle City, third place. Delaney Burns.
Delaney Burns was side by side and fell.
And I hope she didn't hurt herself.
And that's
'cause
the
it looked
difference. It looks like she hit a gully, twisted her ankle.
Good. You got these little divots in there that get actually become rip currents, but that makes it tougher.
Ocean City in fourth. Riley Cornell, fourth place.
You know, Jack.
And here's our fifth place. Our final scoring competitor is from
Avalon.
All right.
Who do we got?
Gia.
Gia Coley.
When you're
Callie?
running,
Callie.
when you're running into the beach, Jack, or running from the beach to the water, you only see the water. You can't see what's underneath it.
Absolutely.
So if there's a hole, a pothole, or whatever you want to call it, a little gully.
You just gotta be high stepping. You hope you're keeping on your feet. This is after they have swam that long,
Right.
And then you're out of gas. Now you have to get your body out onto land and run and finish in the sand. It's not easy.
Dan, and Eric, that's what makes it so exciting because they're giving it their all.
Absolutely.
And it's crunch time when you get out of the water. Like Jack just said, you're swimming, and you got to get out of the water and run.
Yeah, and I remember, Billy, in the 2017 South Jersey Championship, you may remember, up in Longport, Sea Isle City swimmer was out in front, stood up in the surf, tripped in pothole, got past, I believe, Longport's
Right, yeah.
swimmer won that night. So it's never over till it's over. You've got to get across that line.
You're listening to 97.3 ESPN's live coverage of the 2026 Dutch-Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard Races. And I want to thank Jack and, you know, our good buddies Dave and Joe Newman down at Blitz's Market in Ocean City. They're located at 21st and Asbury Avenue. We want to thank them for sponsoring this race and getting it on the air.
They're such a great organization, and they're so funny. They do.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Well,
have to
Joe
tune
does
in.
all the-
you have to tune in daily just so
Instagram.
their Instagram stuff is really funny. But they're great people, great supporters. Son was a lifeguard. They they go on where they sponsor a lot of things. They do. We do Hot Dog Day for the lifeguards twice each summer, and he hooks me up with the hot dogs. The alumni provides a lunch for 180 lifeguards. Each one gets 2 hot dogs, sauerkraut. I mean, I can tell you what it costs the alumni to do that, but he brings the price down. And then our reunion also, does all of our hoagie trays and everything else. Beautiful stuff. If you're ever in Ocean City, you cannot go wrong with their sandwich, and they're open year-round.
Of course, we had former Flyer great and Stanley Cup winning head coach of the St. Louis Blues, Craig Berube, down there signing autographs in July. I also want to thank McCann Realtors. The name McCann is synonymous with lifeguard racing
and museums and other things. You know, I mean, McCann's. I will tell you, they've been captains up and down the beach patrol of various beach patrols.
John McCann was a captain here. Steve Stock said
they still row, they still compete, they still do it's a family tradition, and you know, everybody's got another career. This is just the lure of the sea that brings you back each season.
Sure does.
I was a guy that always had a career, but I always took time off in the summer to enjoy the best career I ever had.
And of course, they're located in Sea Isle City. It's McCann Realtors. I'd like to thank the Manco and Manco Pizza, the first and last name in pizza. I want to thank Chuck Bengal and for sponsoring this broadcast and bringing it to the people, because hey, guess what? We have people as far away as California listening to this race.
You know, I've tasted a few slices in my day. And
I know, Jack. I can tell.
Let me tell you the phone number to call.
I don't have it written down, but I know you do.
And
then,
you
of
get
course,
them at Citizens Bank.
and you go to the baseball game and you get Manco Pizza and Shriver's. I went in there the other day. I want to thank Blue. I went into Shriver's the other day. I was overwhelmed with. I said I want 2 of these, 3 of them, 9 of those. I felt like a kid in a candy store.
And you're Ozempic. No wonder it's not working.
All right, we're getting ready for the singles race. Are we getting ready for the singles race?
We are getting ready for
This is the last race of the day.
Eric, I got to go back. They were talking about how Jack talked about how he took the summers off from his career. We were lucky enough that both of our jobs and our careers allowed us to be able to do both careers simultaneously. And I tell people all the time, I feel that, in my opinion, I had the two greatest careers in the world, and I'm still doing the one in the fire department. But to be in the beach patrol and be here, I would have never thought, going back to the year I got on, that I would have been on the beach for 32 years, would have made it to be the chief of the beach patrol. There was no doubt. I figured I was going to be a 4 or 5 year job, and I was going to move on from it. And look, it turned into a career and an opportunity. And, you know, I'm very thankful to Longport for giving me those opportunities and for allowing me to do it. But it's just something about it. And I tell this, and, you know, we talk about it with parents when kids get on the beach. There's going to be good times, there's going to be bad times, but in the end, they're going to make lifelong friendships that they're going to have 50, 60 years later.
100%.
And you don't get that even in college.
No,
I'm
close, and that's a good point. I'm closer with the guys that I sat the stand with. You know, when you're 4 feet apart from somebody, I'm telling you, there's
closer than that. We're like you.
Come on, Jack. Here tonight. Well, we're wide. Billy and I are wide.
All I know is Eric and I had to stand the whole night. That's all I know.
We'll give you a little room here. Get room here.
What do you want?
Dan, we're stand-up guys, Dan. But Dan, to your point, once you get that sand in your shoes, it's very difficult to get it out, and especially once you get a taste of the competition down here, and once you have success, you're hooked for life, and that's a lot of what you see year after year.
It's funny. I actually had a job already prior to taking the lifeguard test, and I wasn't even sure I was going to take the lifeguard test. I was working at Party Pack Deli in Margate,
right? And
I got a job at, you know, a young 14-year-old got a job, and I loved it. I enjoyed being there.
For me, as a young guy, I was 16. My grandfather was dropping me off to go take the test, and he could tell after day one, it was like I had a little long face. I was competing against college guys, and I'm a 16-year-old high school swimmer. He said I came out so proud when my name was called, and I remember that like it was yesterday. I got into his Ford Fairlane and drove home, called my parents, and from that moment on, everybody I met on the beach patrol. Now listen, honestly, there's some people I can stand for 8 minutes, some for 8 hours, some for 8 days, and some for 80. But it's still the brotherhood and sisterhood of lifeguarding, and why we say lifeguards for life. They're pushing these single boats out right now.
And I'd be remiss if we didn't say, Eric, we want to give our condolences. Your father passed away, and he's a legend in lifeguarding circles, communities, and we lost a great one, but he gave so much to the community.
Well, Billy, he loved it, and he lived a great life, and I thank you for that. And I can certainly tell you all, I would not be standing here right now if it weren't for him, you know, and I'm very thankful for all the time that I had with him.
So the Wolves are synonymous with lifeguarding too.
Before we get started, real quick, first place overall right now is Cape May with 16 points. Second place, Upper 14. Third, Brigantine 12. And we have a three-way tie for fourth, Atlantic City, Ocean City, and Margate with 10 points.
Just looking at those three names, Cape May, Upper, and Brigantine, is that not changing of the guard?
It is changing of the guard, and it's a testimony that there's 8 events you can score points in. You don't have to be great in all of them. You have to score points in all of them. But this could change it because, you know, whoever comes in first in the singles row is really going to score some.
All right, that starting flag is up. We're going to be underway here in a second. Boats are in their positions,
there they
and
go.
we're off. We're underway.
Let's see who gets a great start. We got Margate right out in front of us here.
They all got hit on a wave.
Stone Harbor.
Looks like
Wildwood
Mike McGrath's rowing.
Billy, it looked like the entire field had to fight over an initial wave there when they dropped the flag. All right, it looks to me like Cape May is out in front.
Ben Swan.
No, that's Mike Fitzpatrick.
Oh, Mike Fitzpatrick. My bad.
Mike Fitzpatrick, great start down there.
Mike McGrath is out pretty good.
Yep. And they are settling into their counts now out of the surf, and they're settling in for a voyage. Those flags, as I mentioned, they are out there. This is going to be a 6.5, 7-minute singles race.
Eric, during the Cape Mays, it looks like Jake Klecko won. He got hit by a pretty big wave, and he's got a little catching up to do.
You know what? I've always told people, and I tell my guys in Avalon, you can't win a race with a great start, but you can certainly lose one with a bad one because you can't row these boats from behind. So if you're not on the pace getting out of the surf, it's very difficult to catch people.
Never out, you're never in the race.
So let me ask you that leads me to my next question. If you do get hit, I mean, obviously you have to overcome some bad seas and overcome adversity.
Oh, yeah.
when you're behind like that, what's going through your mind?
Well, you want to keep cranking for two reasons. Number one, your team needs you to score.
Right.
And as we see tonight, the scoring is very spread out along a lot of different beach patrols. 1 or 2 points, you get a 4th or 5th place, could make the difference.
Yep.
The second thing, even if you're out of it or you think that you're out of it, you keep rowing hard because, Billy, that's when waves can really come in handy.
There's also some younger people out there, and they get off to such a fast start. They over-rev. They overextend their heart rate.
Yes.
They're up there. Their heart's beating in their throat. And I'm telling you, a good competitor knows where they are in the race, and they're going to still chill. When you go through bad things, you adapt, you learn, you keep going. Some of these younger people, they think they're in the race. They're going to pull extra hard, and they're out of gas by the first flag.
Jack, that's a great point. Early in my career, as strange and as basic as this sounds, I always had to tell myself early in a race, make sure you breathe.
Yeah.
Make sure you continue to breathe because the nerves are running through you, the adrenaline's running through you. You jump in the boat, and now all of a sudden you're rowing and you're redlining it and you're going 100 miles an hour, and you forget to keep that pace with your rhythm and your breathing. It's very important.
I was a collegiate distance swimmer, 200, 500,000, 1650. What I found was the singles row was the same as my 500. So I never panicked in a 500 race. I was controlling 20 laps. I knew exactly where I was. I knew where I was my splits. So I didn't over rev. I never got worried. If somebody was in front of me, it didn't mean I couldn't take them in the distance swim. And that's where these guys are. You just stay on your course, hit your mark, row a straight line, pull an even oar, and get the turn nailed. Then you're in the race to come in.
Jack, I still remember my first singles row was at Brigantine Bay Races. It was my second year on the beach patrol. I was rowing singles. Mike McGrath and Don McEachern were rowing doubles.
Don McEachern, yes.
Nobody told me anything. So back then you rowed in the bay. It was a they called them the cross races, whatever. That's how we had the row offs, was a cross on the beach. So I get in the boat, I row out to the starting line, and you finished at the dock, the old Brigantine dock on the bay. Nobody told me I had to cut in toward the dock. I stayed out by the marsh. I ended up last.
All right, guys.
Place, and ended up throwing up all over the beach when I finished.
According to the Jumbotron, Cape May Point is out in front. Ben Swan.
Ben Swan.
Yeah.
Ben Swan. Hey, Eric.
So I must have had that feeling because I said his name.
You did, yes.
And it's something, but
Eric, you know how professional athletes can play the game before it even starts, get too worked up. When you hear the expression, I let it all out on the field. Same thing, same theory applies here to racing. You don't want to get too revved up before the race. You're standing there waiting for that flag to go down. You want to pace yourself.
Absolutely. And I would always tell myself, relax physically and bear down mentally. And
Okay.
that's especially important when you go out there and you warm up before the race. You need to get your navigational points, where you are in relation to your halfway flag and your point on shore. Make sure that all that's in order, and then make sure you line up your boat properly on the beach, depending on which way the current's running.
And that is why it's Dr. Wolf, right?
think about it. Right now, we would be turning for the singles.
Oh, yes.
Normal
Yeah.
singles race would be turning right now. They're still rowing out. They still have a little ways to go. I want to go back to the scoring because we talked about something in the beginning there about how this is an open race right now with basically 6 teams looking like they're vying for a potential shot at the title. But think about that. We talk about the South Jerseys and only having 3 races. And what's one of the biggest components? You need to score in every event to win the South Jerseys. If you do not score in every event, even if you got first in 2 events, you're probably not going to win the overall title.
Yes.
So that was always something we always said. If you don't score in all 3 events in the South Jerseys, you're not going to win the title.
I can only recall one time in recent memory where a team did not score in all 3 events and win the actual race. That was Ocean City. In 2011, they won the race with 2 second-place finishes.
Wow.
So,
8 points.
8 points. And that was the year where the scoring, Dan, was very spread out.
Okay.
So this is going to come down to the singles races, we know. And it looks to me like we have 5 or 6 boats that are very close to each other out there.
I'm wondering how many of the newer boats are in the, made a difference tonight. That we've talked about it a little bit. I've seen the new boat, seen the old boat, very familiar with them. I wonder on a light night like tonight, and we've got some boats turning out there at the flag. We're going to see it on the Jumbotron, but I wonder how confident they are in their equipment in their boat too. They have not had hours of practice as they have in a traditional boat, an older boat, and that can make a difference. Not on a flat night like tonight, we've spoken about that, but in the next 2 races, the one we're going to cover next week and the following week, maybe you want to see different.
And it looks
equipment for
like
different
right now
races.
that the point just turn the flag first.
Cape May and Cape May Point.
Cape May and Cape May Point.
Now this is
something.
This is going to be a grueling row on the way back in. They're looking at a good 3.5, 4 minutes on the way back
Eric,
in.
I want to describe for our listeners, if you're not here on the beach, we see a lot of flags. Beach patrols are holding up these big, long, tall flags.
Yes.
What are the flags for?
Okay, that's your steering on the beach. So what you want to do is all the boats have their crews, their boat crews on the beach. They are using those tall flags to give signals to their rowers out in the ocean as far as which way to point their boat.
Okay.
So if they start going off course, the flag team on the beach will tell them, they'll tilt the flag in one direction or the other to tell them, hey, you got to start rowing back towards
So
the flag.
when you turn the flag, now your back's to that flag.
Yes, but
So-
you do when you turn that flag, Billy, you want to take a good 10 to 15 hard strokes off the flag, catch a good swell or two, extend your lead out, and then it's very important that you do this. You want to look over your shoulder at the end of your stroke and check to make sure that your bow is pointed directly back towards
Is
the
a
beach.
strategy, Eric, to let the wind? I believe the wind seems like it's coming out of the southeast, maybe a little bit.
Yes, and as you can see, the crew, the boats, the singles rowers are coming up toward us in the north end of this course, and you would expect that with a wind coming out of the south.
Right.
The most competitors are going to row the straightest line they can. So they
Yes.
want to come back into the beach, straight line. And it's usually you have a landmark that you're looking at, as they said, as Eric just said. You turn around, you try to spot where you are. Sometimes you're in relative position to other boats.
Right.
The cheap way is when you think you're getting a roller and they ride and they all of a sudden they're adding a block to their race. I wouldn't do that myself. I would try to row as straight a course as possible. And then if I catch a wave, I'm trying to steer from the seat, not get out of the seat. You're done.
Yeah. And Jack, I guarantee you, all of these boats now, at least if they're smart, they have some weight placed in the bow because when you're coming in and you're rowing against the wind, you need a little bit of weight in that bow to keep the bow from blowing all over the place.
Where the weight is matters. And this is the difficulty of setting these boats up for singles versus doubles. As a singles rower, you got too much weight in the bow. You're going to be plowing bow heavy.
Yes.
I think the balance is the best spot. Know where that boat balances, and you change your position to be able to make it go fast.
And we only have about 6-7 minutes left in this broadcast, and I hope we get hard to believe.
We're going to get this
We'll
finished.
get this finished. And I'll tell you what,
I got 2 minutes for words
Chief
left.
Stocks did a great job with this Jumbotron because we could just turn around and look at it and see who's with the drones.
Billy, we're looking at Cape May in first, Atlantic City second, Longport third, Cape May Point fourth, and Brigantine fifth.
Longport. Brigantine fifth?
Brigantine fifth.
So they're in the running.
I told you
They
before.
got 12 points.
Eric, Mike McGrath likes that long race.
Yes, he does.
He's got a lot of energy. He finishes, and he's a better rower rowing both events.
Yes.
He's
yes.
better going from doubles to singles. Now, tonight's a little different. There's a lot of delay between those events, so he might be a little cold. He might be a little, because he doesn't warm up on the singles ever.
And in the next 2 weeks, when we go to Margate and Avalon to South Jersey, the time between the doubles and the singles will shrink considerably because we don't have all these other
Absolutely.
events. But Mike has always been a guy who's
here
been
you
able
go.
to go
Look,
with the
it's gonna
doubles.
come
So look,
down.
there's the swell right here.
It's going to come down to there's a 4-boat, 5-boat potential
Wow.
finish here.
This is going to be a photo finish. And I hope we get it in.
It's all,
Oh,
it's
we're
all
getting
going to
it
be
in.
on
We'll
one
get it
big
in.
wave.
Cape
We'll
May
get it
is catching a swell here.
Mike McGrath is making a push. Who is this right in front of us? Is that
Atlantic City.
Atlantic
This
City.
is Atlantic City.
Atlantic City's got a wave. Look at this. Vince Grenier.
Wow, Vince
Absolutely.
Grenice has a nice wave. He's got to keep his boat straight.
Yeah. No,
Cape
he's not
May
going to
Point
get it.
on the-
Cape
on
May
the
Point
north
out on the
side.
left.
We got a 3-horse
Oh, Atlantic City's got a big wave
got a
behind them.
3-boat race.
Wow, this-
Atlantic City, Cape Longport are all battling it out.
Brigantine trying to get
Come
on
on,
the wave.
Cape May. Oh, here we go with Vince
gonna
Grenice.
be-
He's going to
it's
get a
gonna be
nice
a
wave.
Yep.
Cape May Point on
Cape
the
May.
wave.
Wow.
Cape May's going to get it too.
Keep
Longport's
straight.
on the wave.
Oh, he
Oh,
fell
the
off
wave.
the wave. Vince Grenice.
Oh, Cape May Point's keeping it straight.
That's
Cape
Cape
May
May.
Point
That's Cape
is-
May. That
No,
is
but
Cape
Cape
May.
May Point on the north side.
Oh, yeah. Ben's over there.
Looks like Cape May is going to win the race. Cape May wins.
Cape May. Mike
Cape May. Cape
Fitzpatrick.
May
The
Point.
Cape May Point.
They're going to call it tight between Cape May and Cape May Point.
Well, it doesn't matter because
I think Vince Grenice gets a third. Mike McGrath gets a fourth.
Excellent race.
Vince Grenice got turned around in the surf. Not good.
Yeah. Well, it looked to me like Cape May had it, and he was coming down the wave. He broached toward his north, but Ben Swan down here in the north end, you pointed it out to me. I didn't even see it. He kept his boat straight on the wave. He may have won first.
I don't know. I still think it was Cape May that crossed the line first. You think it was Cape May Point?
I think
It was tough to
Oh.
call.
it was tough to call. It
was
looked like
tough to
Cape May
call.
won the race.
Yeah.
They never. So you think Cape May Point won it? It's going to be. It's a photo finish.
Yep.
It's going to be tough.
And it's tough for us to tell up here in Tower X, 50 feet up, but across that line,
I'll tell you, unofficial, Cape May Beach Patrol wins the overall title.
Good for them.
They were going into it with 16 points. Second place was Upper, followed by Brigantine with 12. They scored at least 4 points, if not 5. They're the team champion tonight. Unofficial, but Cape May is the team champion.
Hats off to them because that's what I was saying about the smaller patrol with a lot of people willing to compete.
Look, Ventnor on a straight wave again. We talked about that in the warm-up, and here he is. He veered at the end, but, I'll tell you what, this is always a tough race. I rode this race a number of times, and the flags, they used to use really big flags, so it looked close until you got out there. And then it was like an eternity to get there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, Vince Gernese, it looked to us like that was his race to win from Atlantic City, but he fell off that wave, and that's the risk that you run when you stop rowing your boat and you jump to the stern to try to ride it. If you fall off the wave, that's
the
all
point
she
I
wrote.
was just making before that happened. I like to stay in the seat when I was rowing singles. I like to try to steer from there. Look, you go to the back, you can't get reset, and it's so quick to broach.
Yeah, but if you're sitting in this, if you're in the bow, and you get but that's tougher holding 2 oars in the air.
I didn't say I was not a strong man.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, Eric, let's face it. You got to make a decision.
You're 100% right, and you have to make a decision, and you've got to make it very quickly because you have to judge how big is this wave, and will this wave carry me to the finish line? If it's not going to carry to the finish line, you're better off staying in your seat and rowing it through.
Right there, Dr. Erich Wolf.
The wave riders know, and that's where you know the more that you're riding these waves, the more you deal with different things. You dial yourself in. Singles in particular, you're not with a partner. It's your own head and your own heart going in and winning this race.
It's funny you say that, Billy. I might be a chief, but I'll never be a doctor. Dr. Erich Wolf, But, think about it. Going into next week, real quick, going into the Margate Memorials next week, we have 3 races. We have the doubles, we have the swim, we have the singles. What do you think we're looking at next week based on the finishes tonight? What's your opinion walking into it?
Well, I think that, certainly congratulations to Cape May Beach Patrol. I think that you're going to see the usual suspects up there. I think you're going to see Margate. I think you're going to see Brigantine. Atlantic City is going to be very tough because they have both boats and the swimmer won tonight, and never count out Avalon either.
Yeah.
All right.
And Longport. Tough with no swimmer, but
Dan,
we'll see what happens.
I want to thank you so much. I mean, how many years we've been doing this? It gets more exciting each and every year. Thank you so much for coming in and being part of the broadcast team.
My pleasure.
Jack Brooks, it's always a pleasure having you in the tower.
Well, it's going to be a pleasure to see me tomorrow. I'm in the studio with you, but I'll carry it as much as I can.
Erich Wolf, it's always a pleasure having you. Dr. Erich Wolf,
Billy,
you've done a great job for me.
He's still a rookie. He's still a rookie on this team.
Billy, can you
Alex Berardis here producing on site. Of course, Josh Henning back in the studio.
Billy, can you get Jack to pull that sticker off that hat? It's been bugging me the whole day.
I want to thank our sponsors, Blitz's Market, McCann Realtors, Manco and Manco Pizza, Shriver's on the boardwalk in Ocean City. Without these people, Jack, we wouldn't be able to do what we do.
And that's the sponsorship, and I know the alumni of Ocean City is proud to sponsor every Saturday. We're proud to do it, but you can't do this without having a little do-re-mi coming in, and we try to give them their due.
Yeah.
So please visit the sponsors.
Of course, next week we'll be broadcasting live in Margate for the Margate Memorials. Of course, the same crew will be there. Dan Adams, Jack Brooks, Dr. Erich Wolf, and myself will be bringing it to you live.
And we're back to the original location for the Margate Memorials between Granville and Huntington Avenue on the beach.
We're going to have the truck.
We're going to have the truck.
Whoa!
We're going to be up in the truck. And then, of course, the following week, your home course, your home race, your home beach. Avalon will be hosting the South Jersey Lifeguard Championships. We'll be broadcasting live. We look forward to that, Eric.
If Avalon allows guys like us in town, then we're going to be there. But, they got a little ritzy. I just see what the real estate values are.
Hey, I want to thank Chief Steve Stocks from Wildwood. They rolled out the red carpet. Captain Ed Schneider. These guys do a phenomenal job. And it was a beautiful night here in Wildwood. Come on down to Margate next week.
Join the fun.
Join the fun.
Join
Watch
the
the
fun.
race. The
Come
great
up to
competitors.
wave to us. Come up and say hi.
Check us out tomorrow in the locker room with Billy Schweim tomorrow from 10 a.m. to noon, right here on 97.3 ESPN. Saturday morning in the locker room with Billy Schweim, producer Nick Earnshaw and Aaron Ewing join me in the studio. Newly crowned Miss New Jersey from Egg Harbor Township, Kylie Wright will visit us as we give away 4 tickets plus a parking pass to the Phillies-Toronto game on August 9th, courtesy of Pensacola Spine and Rehab. Hour 2, it's our Beach Patrol report with Jack Brooks, brought to you by McCann Realtors of Seattle City and the OCBP Lifeguard Alumni Association. We will recap Friday night's Dutch-Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard races. It's the locker room with Billy Schweim, Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to noon on 97.3 ESPN.